Hey, thank you for the likes. Please like and share. It absolutely helps the algorithm. And for people who are just coming in, remember your children are going to be Hindu. So make sure you learn about Hinduism, you understand what it is, so that tomorrow when your children do become Hindu, which I can promise you they will, you can actually connect with them better, right? So let's do that.
Hello, Pajiet. Pajiet.
Dingahu Akbar, Dingahu Akbar, Dingahu Akbar, Dingahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa Dingah. أشهد أن لا إله إلا
Arey. The first week Mujahid that came, it was weak, very weak. Hello,
Hello,
how old are you?
how old am I?
Nah, that's not the correct answer. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the gift from you. Thank you. Is that Jesus making that noise? Why is Jesus making that noise? Why is Jesus making that noise?
रो रहा है ये तेरी बहन बोल नहीं सकती थी
Arey, I had something for him. Like, what kind of weak faith these people are? Like, you don't even stay around.
Yo,
How old are you, man?
I'm 13. I mean 14.
Yeah. Sorry, bro. You can't be up here. Too young. So, Amir, you said you are underage, right? How old are you?
No. 17.
You sound too young. Anyways, never mind. Sarafina, if your Jesus was so powerful, he would not like you spamming like this. Not a cool thing. Stop spamming, please. Like, why? How weak is your God that he needs like you people like you to come and spam like this? How does it make sense? So yeah, people who are just coming in, remember your children will be Hindu. So make sure you understand what Hinduism is, so that tomorrow when your children do become Hindu, which I can promise they will, you can actually connect with them better. If you come up and like do this whole spamming nonsense, guess what, bro? You will never be able to connect with your children.
Old MacDonald had a cow, E-I-E-I-O.
Dingahu Akbar, Dingahu Akbar, Dingahu Akbar, Dingahu Akbar. أشهد أن لا إله إلا دينغا أشهد أن لا إله إلا دينغا أشهد أن ميتم يا رسول دينغا أشهد أن ميتم يا رسول Dinga. Hayya ala free thinking. Hayya ala free thinking. Hayya ala scientific temper. Hayya ala scientific temper. Dingahu Akbar, Dingahu Akbar. La ilaha illa Dinga.
Hey man, are you ready to talk like a normal person?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, good. What's up?
Old MacDonald had a
Wrong answer.
Hey, Ram, bye.
Wrong. I just started the live like 2 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh man, how long has this guy been at it? I just got up.
No, just literally 2 minutes. I just started.
Okay, good. All right. Awesome. Good.
Ranjit, what's up?
All good, brother. All good. I just have one question here.
Your
What
voice is
is
very
the
low, bro. You
evidence?
wanna adjust that?
What happened?
Your voice is kind of low. You want to adjust that?
Second. Is it fine now?
I think I don't know. It's kind of the same. You know what? I'll try to pay attention. Go ahead.
I hear him.
Are you
Fine.
here?
Just a question. I won't take much of your time. What is
Sure.
the evidence, except Gita and Google or scholars, which gives you the right information that Krishna is the creator?
Evidence is through self-experience, through meditation.
What sort of self-experience?
I've had experience of the Kundalini, which is exactly what is mentioned in our scriptures. So that made me realize that, you know what, the scriptures have been right all along.
You find out through the yogic sciences.
Yep.
Sorry, Vincent, you're replying to my question or you're replying to
He's the
the
co-host. He'll like chip in whenever he feels like.
Yeah, I'm just helping out with the information for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. So through meditation, you have come to know about him.
Yes.
So what about the because I was a Hindu. I used to be a Hindu, but I got converted like 25 years back.
So
And
sad.
unfortunately, I never ever had the right path, and I never saw right teachings of a Hinduism. And from the time that I have started meditating and I have experienced Christianity and Jesus in my life, how would you tell me that like, because this is my personal experience, the same way that you have experienced Krishna.
So
How does that
wait, one second. So when I say I experience Krishna, I'm talking about Krishna consciousness, Brahman himself, which is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, right? And there is also a concept called Christ consciousness. You know this, right?
I've not heard about it.
Christ consciousness is literally appropriation of Brahman, the Hindu scriptures. So when you said you had a Jesus experience, what exactly did you have?
I had the experience of the Holy Spirit.
How do you know it was the Holy Spirit and not Christ, Krishna consciousness?
Why would I say that it's a Krishna consciousness? Because the Krishna consciousness is a different thing that you will feel it. And definitely when you're seeking a God, he will reveal himself.
So any God you seek will reveal himself to you? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm not looking for any God. I was seeking for the truth. And the truth, when I experienced, that was the Jesus that I really experienced.
So
That's my
you saw
personal
Jesus in front
experience.
of you,
Yes.
a skinny white dude,
Sorry?
a skinny white man.
A skinny white man. Then should I say that
No, wait.
you had an
No, what did he look
Is
like?
that what you saw? Is that what you saw?
sorry?
Is that what you experienced? A skinny white man in front of you?
भाई
We
मैं क्या बोलूं आपको, अभी आप ऐसा स्किनी बोल रहे हो
Talk in
उसको,
English,
हैव यू
bro. This
सीन
is
हिम?
live is in English. Live is in English.
we just want to know what he looks like.
I've experienced the Holy Spirit, and Holy Spirit is
Oh
not a
my God.
face, or it's not like a,
So then how
what
did
to
you know
say,
it was Jesus?
Okay, what was your
right?
experience of the Holy Spirit? Describe it to us.
My
As a
Holy
Hindu, I know
Spirit,
exactly what the visions are.
no, my Holy Spirit experience was a bright light.
Okay, Hindus also experience this. It's actually a common phenomenon.
Okay, so it's, of
So
course,
how do
see,
you know
you
the
believe in
Holy
Hindu.
Spirit only
No,
belong to
you
Christianity?
believe in Hindu. You believe in Hindu, which is respectful. I believe in Christianity,
No, no,
which
no.
is
Listen, Ranjit. Bright light that you're talking about, it's a very common phenomenon. Anybody who meditates even for a month, they will all talk to you about the bright light. So Hindus who are meditating are getting the bright light. Christians who are meditating getting the bright light. I'm sure even Muslims call Allah the Noor, right? The bright light. So how is your religion true then?
because I never had that experience in Hinduism, bhai.
Then
What
you
do you
do
mean?
know.
What kind of meditation did you do in Hinduism?
Hinduism, I didn't do any meditation, but I was searching for the truth, and
It
I
was
was
your
talking
fault. You did
to.
not like see the meditation techniques in Hinduism is way more intricate than anything you can encounter in Christianity. Anything.
Mm.
You did not even try those things out and you just literally quit and became a Christian. Bro, that is very sad on your part.
No, I don't want to continue with Hinduism because I didn't see anything that is
What do you mean you
benefiting me,
didn't see? What
that
is
is
your
helping
research?
me in my life.
What did you research? What is Hinduism?
I was believing in that. Do you know about
What
that
is it?
Sherwali Mata, and I don't know, that Kali Mata and all.
What is Kali Mata? What does Kali Mata mean?
Those are the seven sisters that I was believing in.
Okay, what does
But
it mean? What does Kali Mata mean?
those are the seven sisters, brother.
Are Jandu Lal, what does Kali Mata mean?
झंडूलाल तू होगा, चूतिए, तुझे किसने बोला है चूतिए? कृष्णा यहाँ पे भेंचोद
Why
वो
don't
है।
you just tell us what Kali
नहीं,
means?
किस चूतिए ने तुझे बोला कि
Why can't you just
दूसरी
tell us
तरफ
what Kali
कृष्णा
means,
द्वापर
What
Benjo?
is the meaning of Kali Mata? What
भेंचोद
is the
लौड़े,
meaning?
माँ के लौड़े,
Benjo
ये लौड़ा मुंह
Chutia.
में डाल अपना।
Rice bag convert. At least I hope he got like a bag of basmati rice, you know. सस्ते वाले राइस के लिए कन्वर्ट हो गया चूतिया.
What a failure.
I mean, I'm asking him simple question like what is the meaning of Kali Mata? Seven sisters. What seven sisters? What is the meaning of Kali Mata? It's a simple question. Kareem,
Even
what's up?
even Europeans know what Kali means.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. What's up, Kareem?
Hey, just wanna order a double Big Mac meal, please.
What are you, Muslim or oh, you're Kareem? Of course you're Muslim. We have a gift for you, bro.
Yeah, thanks for the request.
Dingahu Akbar, Dingahu Akbar, Dingahu Akbar,
Arey, what a weak mujahid. He ran away already. Did not last 3 seconds. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam would be so sad. These are the
Give
kind
up.
of mujahids that are coming out.
Shouldn't give up on Allah that quick.
Yo,
Exactly. What's up?
yo, bro, it's like a thing though.
So are you going to behave or will you behave like the previous Muslims who came up?
No, I'm normal.
You know what? I give you that. I give you that. You are normal. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, like Hinduism. Yeah, like it's not real.
What is Hinduism?
He started off so well.
Exactly. What is Hinduism, bro?
Like, I believe, yeah, like Allah's the only God.
How do you know that Allah is the only God?
Because I believe it in my heart.
So people who believe the flying spaghetti monster in their heart, do you think they're also right?
I mean, if they truly believe it, probably yeah.
Okay, you know what? You are honest. That is good. That is good. So everybody's belief to themselves, right?
Exactly. So like,
Yeah, to you, your religion, to me, my religion.
yeah,
Yeah, okay, sure. I agree with that. But I would require you to like actually go and look for the truth, see if you have evidence for whatever you believe in, right?
I do
Because
though.
that will make your life way more infinitely better.
No, but I do though. Like,
So you have evidence for
Islam's
Allah.
the truth. Islam's the truth though.
You have evidence for Allah.
Yeah, you can't.
Okay, good. What is your best evidence for Allah?
Doing the prophets. they sent down the book, the Holy Quran, we call it, Prophet Muhammad, and he introduced it to everyone.
Sure, that is only evidence for the book. Where is the evidence for Allah?
Where's the evidence for Krishna?
Krishna, the city that Krishna built is literally underwater right now. It's called Dwarka. The Indian
Who's your
government
God then?
actually.
He's your God. He's your
Huh?
God. He's
There
your
is no
God.
God. There is no God.
Krishna, yeah?
There is no God, bro. There is no God. God does not exist.
What?
There is no
Do you have
God.
do you have a brain?
Absolutely, yes. I've actually seen scans of it. I got a very bad football injury as a child. I've seen scans of my brain. I know
No
it
wonder why
exists.
you're acting like this, bro. See, like, you're acting like this,
I
because, like,
walked into that one. Yeah, I give you that.
nah. You see, you go hit your head.
I
Like,
walked
you hit
into
your
that
head.
one.
You hit your head like that. That's fine.
Yeah, but I've seen my brain. That's the point. So I've seen my brain. Like, what evidence do you have for Allah?
Well, that he is the only one. Like, do you believe, so you're atheist, yeah?
I'm not an atheist. No,
So you don't believe in God.
there is no proof for God, bro. Who has given us proof for God?
Who's created the trees? Who's created the earth? Who's created how you living?
Why do you assume that somebody created all these things?
So it just like magically just like appeared there.
How did your God came to be?
He just magically appeared there, of course.
Wow. So you believe in magic, right?
I don't. I'm just making fun of the argument you gave us, bro.
No, I don't believe in magic.
Then why just say it just magically came?
No, I'm just playing. I'm just joking. It was a joke.
You said it yourself, right? It just magically appeared. So when I asked you about your God, Vince made a joke saying like, okay, he also magically appeared.
But he didn't though.
So how did God appear?
He can't. He's just there. God's not created or not born.
So the
Could it?
universe was also not created or born. It was always here.
God cannot be born. If he was born, then he's not God.
Okay.
Now, brother. So same way I'm answering your question. The universe was also here. It was not born. It was not created.
Yeah, so he's God.
Universe is God.
Huh?
The universe is God.
The universe?
Mm-hmm.
No. The universe is a soul. Like, it's like the world, like the whole.
Yeah. So the world was always here, bro. Nobody created. It was not born from anywhere.
So it just like magically just like appeared. Like just one day, bang, everything
No,
just happened.
no, it's eternal, just like your creator. But instead of adding a creator on top of the assumption, there's no reason to make that assumption. Just say existence is eternal. There's no reason to postulate that something outside of it needed to create it.
Do you believe life after death?
No, there's only life.
So after death, there's nothing. Just pitch
You
black.
know,
Death isn't an experience. You can't experience nothingness. Try to go back in time to before you were born. You can't do it.
I know like, what I'm saying. Like if you die, you don't go to the afterlife.
There is no afterlife. There is only life.
So if you die, what happens if you die then?
Life goes on. What happens to your body, or what do you mean?
No, like you're like spiritually.
the energy that you are, it will decompose. It will reform new life.
Yeah, your essence is eternal, but your body is temporary.
See, Hindus don't sit and worry about what is coming in the afterlife. We worry about the life right now, which is in control, which
So
we
you
can.
guys become a cow then.
Where did you get that from? Like, of all the things we have said so far, where did you get that
Is
from?
that correct? No, 'cause, like he has said things are closer. So once you die, you become born again.
Who said this?
You just said new energy composes and then life begins
Yeah,
again.
yeah, exactly. You go into the ground, like you get buried, right? You go into the ground, everything decomposes. The nearby trees take the nutrition from that, and that is how life is reborn. The trees take nutrition. Some become fossilized, which will eventually become fuel for some future generations. That's what happens.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
No,
Where do you think we get fossil fuel from?
the ground.
Yeah, what does that word mean? Fossil fuel.
Like fossils and shit.
Yeah, what is a fossil?
I don't know. You tell me.
Brother, you are a decent guy. You know what? Thank you for coming. I'll move on to the next question.
Yeah,
I see.
thanks for being respectful. Appreciate it, man.
I
All right. See, that's the most likable Muslim I've met in a while.
Not saying much, but yeah, this is what we are.
Yeah, he actually called the other ones. What do you say about them? They were wild or something like that. Yeah. He's not like He's not like the others. Yeah.
He said that he's normal.
Yeah, he's normal. That's what it was. Right. Right.
Yoji, what's up?
Yo,
What's up, man? What's up?
yo, could you explain to me on why you think Hinduism is the truth?
Sure. How old are you? Just for record.
I'm 16.
I'm sorry, bro. This is 18 plus line. I'm sorry, I cannot have you up here.
I learned something new yesterday. I'll tell you after this guest. Never mind.
You mean the guy going around saying like I'm enlightened?
Oh, not that. No. No, something different. You actually watched that?
No, I did not watch it. I just read your voice message.
Oh, okay. All right. It was really bad, man. It was really bad.
I'm the most enlightened. You guys are fools. You're not enlightened.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
This guy was just like disregarding every teacher, all Hindu words. He's like, I'm not going to use any of those words. I'm just going to use regular words. I'm not going to give any credit to anybody. He's trying to make it his own. It's like, dude.
That guy is in prime position to become a cult leader.
Exactly. He has clients. He has a website. He literally has a business revolving around this. And I'm just like, how does this guy have a business? He's absolutely insane. Yeah, I don't know.
Yes, bro. What's up? You have patience. Very commendable.
What's up?
Hey, thank you. What's up, man?
I have few questions for you.
Sure, go.
First, like respectfully, why is there a need, like, not only with you but with all these different lives here, calling to their religion, to mock the Islam, like, in certain way or form?
I'm not calling anybody to any religion.
You put a picture that Hinduism is true.
Yeah, I just said it's true. I didn't tell you to become a Hindu, did I?
Okay, and you are proving that, like, saying 5 minutes ago the words from the Muslim Azan.
Yeah, if you behave, bro, you don't have to do all that. If you come and misbehave, I have to take some necessary actions.
Yeah, but when you do it, I feel offended, even though I didn't offend
Sure,
you.
but you're here talking to me nicely and I'm talking back nicely, right? Am I doing anything insulting?
You are not, but like my advice is to you, like you should not do that because of yourself, firstly, not because of the others.
No, it's okay. I know how to take care of myself.
I have a second question. You said there is nothing after that.
I said we do not care much about what comes after that because we are not in control of that.
I said
We are in
there's.
control of life.
Yeah, I didn't say there's nothing after death. I said there's only life. Like, I don't know what you mean by a lot of people when they say death, they mean like eternal nothingness, and it's just not an experience. That's what I was trying to say.
I understand. But what's your position? What is happening with us after that?
There is actually scientific evidence, bro.
Whoa.
The children thing it's a big
Yeah,
problem.
children,
Yeah?
sorry.
TikTok
What
thinks
is
that there are
happening with
children on
us?
the live. That's not a good thing.
No. He's in another room. He just
Yeah, I
came.
know, but TikTok thinks that you're making children talk. It will become a problem. You want to go out and come back? Maybe like in a quieter place?
So I need to exit.
You need to exit and not have the a child's voice in the background.
Okay.
No? Because TikTok thinks like a child is talking and then we are being 18 plus and whatnot. And yeah, also in the meanwhile, I would humbly request you to look up studies done by Ian Stevenson in the University of Virginia. It's actually confusingly told
Hello.
that
Hi.
Luke, you did not hear me talking?
Oh, not really.
Okay, never mind. What's up?
Yeah, so I have a question. Yeah, I believe that Hinduism is a beautiful religion. Yeah, I totally respect it. But, like, yeah, do you believe in karma?
Karma is every action has an equal and opposite reaction. It's science. I don't have to believe it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, I believe that karma is evil. Basically, when a little, like, innocent child gets raped, let's say, or unalived, don't you kind of believe that the child, like, kind of deserves it? Like, somehow it did something
Whoa,
wrong in
what?
the previous or in this
Not a
life? Like,
single
why is
Hindu.
that? Is that true? Please
Not a
explain to me. Thank you.
yeah. Look. Not a single Hindu will agree to what you just said. Not a single Hindu.
Oh, oh, okay. Yeah, I just thought like that you kind of like agreed to these somehow. I don't really know. I'm sorry, I'm nervous.
Okay, what's up?
Yeah, okay, nothing, nothing. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you for coming. Not a single Hindu will take that. In fact, we go out of our way to create systems that will ensure that everybody gets a fair shot. Like, nobody gets discriminated at all.
Hello.
Hello, what's up?
I'm just a little bit confused. Like, so the blue person, is that like a crown, or a peacock feather? Like, I'm just a bit
It is a
confused.
peacock feather, actually. That's awesome. Yeah, it is.
It's a crown and a
Mm.
peacock feather on the crown.
Why does his crown have, or like her crown, have a peacock feather?
It represents the infinite nature and the beauty of reality.
Plus, I think it looks cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I read about this recently. That's why I know.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just,
And just in terms of the jewelry, like, is there a reason why they've chosen gold as opposed to silver?
Yeah, gold is way more expensive. Gold is a better conductor. It also better conducts like your pranic energies. If you don't know what that is, pranic energies is like the chi that the Chinese people talk about, or in Star Wars, the force that they talk about. That pranic energy is conducted better through gold.
And like, does the crown have real jewels, or are they cubic zirconia?
Oh, he's Krishna, bro. Like, he has all the kind of jewels you can think of.
Fair enough. That's all I had to ask. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Was it going into some territory where she would eventually troll us? And
I don't know, like the cubic zirconium thing. I thought it was going to be a joke, but maybe not.
okay,
Hello?
Loppy, what's
Hello?
up?
Yeah, I just want to ask, why do you have Jesus bowing to the blue guy?
Jesus is bowing to the Father, bro.
I don't know, because the Father is God. Who's the blue guy? Is he God as well? Who's the
Jesus
blue
is
guy?
bowing to the Father. Have you read the Bhagavad Gita?
Huh?
Have you read the Bhagavad Gita? It's a book that was revealed like 5,000 years before Jesus.
Oh, to be honest, I joined because I wanted to ask, what do Hindus believe in it? Because I'm Christian.
Yeah. So I'm saying, if you read the Bhagavad Gita, which is the original book from which everything else was copied, Krishna clearly says, "I am the Father. I am the
Wait, what do
ultimate.
you
I am
say?
the
What do you
supreme."
say? What do you say?
What?
What did you just say?
You can't
But
understand
you
them or what?
literally cut me off in the middle of saying it to ask me what did I say, just say.
No, the thing you said before, you said that book. Can you repeat the
The
book, please?
Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, Bhagavad Gita.
Is that the Hindu holy book?
No, it's one of the most scientific texts ever found that explains reality, that explains our connection and our relationship to reality, and all the spiritual answers are found there.
So you're
Yeah.
saying because the man said he's the Father, that means that Jesus bows to
To the
Allah's
Father,
name?
yeah. To the Father.
Yeah. When Jesus said the Father, I don't think he meant the Father that you're on about, bro.
What do you mean? Do you think there are multiple fathers in the world, in the universe?
Yes, my dad is not your dad.
No.
And also,
Multiple fathers of the universe,
oh no, I only believe in one God, sir.
Okay, because for a second I thought like you're a polytheist, bro. I cannot talk to
No,
pagans.
I'm Christian. I'm just saying that.
Yeah. But you are saying like that is a different father, and your Jesus is praying to a different father.
No,
That
I
makes you a
don't mean that. I
polytheist.
don't mean that. For example, I have Muslim friends in it. We
Mm-hmm.
both call God, God, obviously. I
Okay.
mean, we might call him Father, but it doesn't mean that we're the same God. The Muslim God and the Christian God are not the same God. Just because your God is called Father doesn't mean that our God and your God is the
Okay, so
same
you
God.
are a polytheist. You think they have a different father and you have a different father.
Are you good? Yes, because that's a different religion, innit? We believe in
Ah,
different
okay,
things.
okay. So you're a polytheist. You're pagan then.
Are you good? No, what I mean is that my father, which is Jesus' father, I'm gonna just say God, and your God, actually, do you believe in God? Do Hinduism believe in God?
I use the word father. I did not say God. The concept of God doesn't make sense to me.
Hmm.
But the
So
ultimate, the supreme, the ultimate consciousness from which everything arises, yeah, I do know for sure that that exists.
That's actually what Jesus meant when he said him and his father are one. He didn't mean like a literal daddy somewhere in the sky. He meant existence itself. He meant
Bro, the way you
consciousness.
say daddy,
no, that's not it, man. No,
Okay.
because in the Bible we don't believe that God is like a conscious thing. We believe that God is actually a
No,
character.
I
It's a
understand.
character.
I understand the way you understand it. I'm just yeah. I never mind.
I'm just saying that. What do I want to say now? The main reason I joined this is because I wanted to learn more about Hinduism, innit? Because
sure, sure. Do you have any further questions?
um a little bit, but I just want to ask about Hinduism, like in general.
Okay, Hinduism is actually wrongly misconstrued that it's a religion. It's not. It's literally ancient sciences.
Okay.
So a lot of ancient scientists they did research and they wrote down their findings in lots of different books. In fact, we have millions of different books. So that's basically the continuing forward of that science. We learn from it. We use it to verify our reality. We try to find answers through it. And
Can you
Hinduism tells you not to blindly believe anything. It tells you to go and verify everything.
give me an example, please? Like something that the book says that like is a scientifically like
Bro,
it's
modern
science.
surgery comes from Hindu books.
Oh,
Modern
really? Like what?
surgery,
Like what?
modern surgery, the way we do surgery right now, it's straight away taken from Hindu scriptures.
Yeah, like what? Like give me an example of surgery that's taken from Hindu.
Okay, like for example, plastic surgery comes from Hinduism.
Plastic surgery.
Yes, the like Sushruta Samhita, it's a book written 3,400 years ago. That is exactly the book that was referred to conduct the first plastic surgery.
Okay.
And
So
you know the numbers that we use right now, it comes from Hinduism. Geometry, geography, the way we do astronomy, everything comes from Hinduism.
so are you saying that Hinduism is science basically? That's what you're
Pretty
saying?
much. Yeah. I told you, Hindu scriptures tell you not to blindly believe anything. It tells you not to be religious about stuff. It tells you to also always use your critical thinking, always be finding answers, and always verify everything that people tell you. Like if somebody comes and tells you about like God or angels, go and verify it. Is it just a story or there is some truth to it? So Hinduism is about like, verifying everything that you get, every knowledge that you get.
So you don't believe in God, but you believe a father.
No, I don't like believing things. I like to verify things, right?
So
So in
you
my
verify your father.
process of verification, I have never found any proof for God or evidence for God.
I guess you can say that, but my other question was because someone else came in and said, "Do you believe in karma?" Yeah, is that true?
Karma is every action having an equal and opposite reaction. It's literally the first law of energy. It's it's pure science.
By that logic, yeah, as the other person said, I don't think it give you like a clear answer.
Mhm.
But obviously, if a kid or anyone really gets like molested or something like that, I don't even know if I can say that, but
I think careful with your
innocent
words.
person like gets done wrong, even like a newborn child dies or something happens that someone did nothing to get it. How's karma included inside that thing?
Of course, there is a sequence of events that happen, energy reacting that where the child came to that. But as a society, we come together and we make sure that a child is never suffering like that. So karma is not like okay, it's something happened in the past and today you'll have an effect. No, it's happening continuously. Like for example, say your child did something bad, right? And eventually he is going to get punished for it.
I'm not
You
saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm
no
saying like
no
a newborn baby that just dies.
yeah, that's why we have doctors, right? That's why we have schools where we study these things. We try to make sure that the amount of those kind of I'm trying to use TikTok friendly words. Those kind of suffering that happens, right? We are trying to reduce it. Otherwise, we will just say, you know what? Okay, let children suffer because of their past karma.
So
No,
karma is
Hindus
harmful.
actually make sure that we become the best of the doctors. In fact, you know, right? Like from the Hindu fold, some of the best doctors in the world come from Hinduism. So we actually make sure that okay, whatever their path karma was, they get a fresh start. So we want to solve those problems for them.
Oh, I forgot you guys believe in what's it called? Resurrection, isn't it? Is it called resurrection?
Reincarnation is not a belief; it's actually proven science.
How?
There is a study done in the University of Virginia by a gentleman called Ian Stevenson. Please look up the study; it's very thorough.
One study. There's one study, and that's what you basically believe on. One study.
Brother, gravity is also one study. Do you believe in gravity?
Yeah, but gravity is kind
Can
of
you
same
can
as
you show
another
me how
study.
to
You know what I mean?
fly? Say that study is wrong.
No, I'm saying that.
Yeah, so one
Please
study is all
explain.
it
Please
takes,
explain
bro.
the study to me in a simple basis. The study that you just said.
No, 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 no. Hinduism is not for lazy people. I pointed you which study to look at. Please go and look at it.
Okay,
And
say the
once you
name
look at
again,
it, come
please.
back and talk to us. Okay?
You say the name again, please, of the study.
University of Virginia. The scientist who conducted the study is called Ian Stevenson.
Ian's University of Virginia. Alright, thanks. I looked at it later.
All right.
Now my last question is
Yeah, you have questions. Good.
as a Christian, how can I say this? I believe in Jesus, in it. Like that's the clear point. So I wanted to ask you, what makes Hinduism more reliable than Christianity?
As a Hindu, I'm allowed to use my brain. As a Christian, you are supposed to blindly follow the book. So that makes Hinduism more reliable.
Who said you're supposed to blindly follow the book?
Where do you get your knowledge about Jesus from?
Bible, church fathers,
Where did they
stuff
get
like
their
that.
information from?
The church fathers of the Bible.
Exactly.
That's
No,
what I
so the
said.
church
You
fathers of
have
the
your
Bible.
knowledge from one book, bro. Like I verified everything that I follow.
Not from one book. The Bible's and the church fathers, isn't it? The
Yeah,
Bible
but
is the
it's still
main.
the one book, right? The Bible. Where do the
The
church father
Bible.
get the knowledge from? The Bible.
Mm, the Bible doesn't read well like that. You know what I mean? It
Like,
wasn't
like
like
for example, if I
stored
want
in
to verify right now, for sure, without question,
what do you
that
say?
Jesus was. Let me finish. If I want to verify right now, for sure, without question, that Jesus actually walked on water, how can I go about it?
The Bible, yeah.
Yeah, but Bible is just a book, bro. Books say a lot of things.
Book of evidence though. It's not just blind following. If it was just blind following, no one would believe it.
No, no. If you want to verify it, how will you verify it? How will you verify that there is a God to begin with?
Well, first of all, for me personally, I guess this is maybe verification, but obviously personal experience, like it can change your life, but obviously that you wouldn't believe that, would you?
People from across the world, from all religions, have said these things. How are you special?
Give me an example, please.
I know Hindus who have said this thing. I know Buddhists who have said these things.
Meditate.
I recently met a dude. He's
Meditate.
Tengrist. You know what a Tengrist is?
No.
That's what Genghis Khan and his people used to follow. They have said this. You know, they have
Meditation will
said they
change your
had
life.
like a Tengri experience. You know, when they were deep in meditation or praying. You know, things happened to them. Some holy figure came and saved their loved ones. They all have experiences like that. So why Christianity then?
Why Christianity?
Yeah. Like it's almost like it doesn't matter what religion you believe in, what God you believe in. If your prayers are true, if your will is very strong, it's almost like magical stuff can happen to you.
Yeah, because meditation can change your life. It changed my life, and that's through Hinduism. I didn't need religion.
So in Hinduism, we understand the science behind why these things happen instead of blind faith in a deity.
I'd say Christianity. How can I explain this?
Yeah, but I just told you that I was an atheist, and meditation changed my life through the yogic sciences of Hinduism.
How did meditation change your life? Like,
No,
what
no,
did
Vince, go, come on. You got enlightened by yourself. Come on.
how did it reward you?
Would you ask me, Pluppy?
How did meditation reward you? Like,
Oh, it removed all the conditioning that and all of my assumptions that I had about things.
Like, give me an example, please.
I used to think that I was identified with the voice in your head that comes up and constantly like is self-deprecating and such. And
I mean, I don't really.
you start to meditate, and you start to see that this perpetual child that's always like pulling at your your heartstrings is just this ego that you've built up over the years through conditioning. And so what meditation does is it removes that conditioning and it just leaves you with consciousness, and then your true self is realized through that process.
So you're saying that meditation helped you become a better person, basically, yeah?
Absolutely.
That's good. I mean, now that I think about it, as to answer your previous question, I'll say that Jesus is the way.
We can't hear you, bro. Do something.
You're covering the mic.
Yeah, my house is a bit loud right now. But, I'm trying to find a way to reply to this. Obviously, if you say that meditation helps you,
Yeah, it's scientifically proven. Actually, you can the meditation. There's a lot of studies done. It shows that it improves brain function, neural connections, and these are just the scientific second person perspective of what's going on. From the first person perspective, your entire life changes. Like there's so many benefits to meditation.
I see why you say that.
Yeah.
For me, I think meditation, I tried it before, I guess, but I don't think I did it properly. But mostly I just pray, you know what I mean? I think prayer gives like the similar advantages to meditation, in my opinion.
Yeah, it can, but the thing is that you're asking. Usually, when people pray, they're asking for something.
Not really, kind of.
Oh, okay. What do you pray for then?
Prayer doesn't mean like ask for something, it's just communication with my father, innit?
What do you say? What do you say to him?
Now I actually think about it, I never thought about it basically, but in
Because
Christianity, we,
most people pray like, Father, forgive me, watch over this person, heal this person, watch this guy. Like this is they're mostly requests. I think most. Would you agree or no?
I think you're about Catholics or something like that. I'm just Christian, innit? For me
How
personally,
is Vince able to hear him, bro? His voice is so low.
Oh, I don't know.
you
I
cannot hear me.
I hear like an ant, you know.
I hear you, but maybe the
I
host
was
doesn't.
saying, yeah, prayer is mostly for us Christians. Yeah, we see God as our Father, innit? As we just said before.
Yeah, but the difference between meditation, and prayer is we don't think that there's something external of ourselves. So we're not praying or asking for anything. We're not externalizing our power to something else. So that's the difference. We're not asking for something. We're just aligning ourselves with the energies of the universe and ourselves. So there's no asking for something. That's the difference.
Prayer cannot really be asking something, innit? For me, basically, like let's say I go in a bad situation, something like that, blah blah blah. Prayer just being in the same. Oh, I cannot really use big man words, to be honest.
I mean, if it
See
makes
that?
you feel good to pray when someone is
No, it's not
sick.
that. It's not that. I'm saying that prayer is like a. How can I say
No,
this?
but
It's
as a Christian, do you really have a choice? You have to worship, right?
huh?
As a Christian, do you really have a choice? You have to worship. That's part of the deal, isn't
What
it?
do you mean worship?
Worshipping God is like part of the deal. You have to worship it. It's a thing you cannot skip.
Not really. I mean, not. No, don't get me wrong. Let me explain, please. In the Bible, we say, "Love God with all your heart, mind, soul, and spirit." You know, loving, loving someone. Obviously, you wanna talk to them, do anything with them, innit? When you start really loving God, your life changes around, innit? Basically,
And
just
what
start
if you
loving
don't?
God.
What if you
Huh?
don't? What if you don't?
If you don't love God,
Yeah, what if you don't feel like it? You know what? I don't really care about God. I'll just live my life. I'll be a good human being. I'll help out my fellow human beings. I'll create as much value as I can to other living beings. I don't really care about God. What then? Is that a choice for you?
we don't really say. I think you got the wrong impression. We don't
No,
really
I'm
like
saying like, a Hindu can do that. Hindu can be like, I don't really care about going to a temple. I don't care about meditation, prayer, nothing. I will just be the most valuable human being out there. I will help my fellow human beings. I'll go and be very helpful. I'll go and like stop suffering. I'll
Okay,
just
but
just
why
do
do you
that
do that? Why do you want to stop suffering? Why do you want to help others? Why?
because we
Care
feel
about
empathy. That's the
suffering.
human default human emotion, empathy and compassion.
Because I already told you earlier, because we don't see things as dualistic. We see, if you understand Hinduism, then our natural understanding is that we're all one. So why would we not help ourselves and help each other? Because we're not separate.
Then why do crimes exist?
Because people see that's a great question, brother. Because everyone sees things as separate, and they're not identifying with their true self. They're identifying with the Maya, with the illusion. And
I
so
thought we were only one though. I thought everyone
what?
was one.
What?
I thought everyone was one. So how come the people have different points of views?
Yeah, because of conditioning that we talked about earlier.
What does conditioning mean?
You're like, when you're a child, you're told, your whatever religion, this is your religion, this is your culture, this is your education. I'm going to teach you a dualistic language and a dualistic way to reason about the world. And I'm going to teach you this logic called excluded middle. And it's a very military chain of command way of explaining the world. And so right from the get-go, their mind is set in a certain way and everything progresses from there. And so you've already brainwashed the minds of men in that sense.
Christianity though.
What?
Christianity doesn't work like that. You're
I
not
can't.
born Christian. I mean, true Christianity. No, I'm not talking about Catholicism or Orthodoxism. I became Christian like a year ago, bro. I became Christian on my own volition, on my own choices because of life. And your question from before,
You were having a difficult time and you turned to Jesus?
now that I think about it, I wouldn't really say that in it. I guess you could say that, but my last thing
Yes.
to say right
I
now
mean,
is
look, everybody looks, to something when life is tough. That's when the questions come up, right? Like, oh, why is this happening to me? Why this? Why that? And you look for answers. Religions are all waiting there to give you all the answers, right? Because they all think they have the answers.
I wouldn't say Jesus was the answer. I'd say that he's more like
A crutch?
no. He's my
Oh.
everything now, innit? He's my life now, you know what I mean? Like, he's my love, basically.
He's your elephant. Oh, like
No, he's
Ganesh?
my everything, not elephant.
Oh.
But I guess you can say elephant, like, the guy is big, you know what I mean? Like, he's everything to me now, bro.
Oh, love it.
Yeah,
See.
Huh?
Here's the thing, yeah. There are plenty of Hindus who think like you, and they have their own deities, right? They're like, okay, this particular deity is everything for me. All my love is for this particular
I'm saying
deity.
that there's no other religion that I looked into, Hinduism, Islam, Judaism, nothing that could come close to the love of Christ.
Bro,
The
we
love
just
of
gave you answers about Hinduism. You did not know anything about Hinduism. What do you look
to be
into?
fair, I barely know anything about Hinduism. Only from
You
little
listen,
passages.
you can meditate and go within yourself and go beyond your conditioning and all these self-deprecating thoughts like, why me? Why does this have to happen to me? I need answers. Like, you can get all your answers through meditation. You don't need a religious book to give you the answers.
How do you meditate?
No, it's okay, Vince. Like, okay, if he thinks Jesus is everything and your love for Jesus is keeping you up and giving you all the right kind of attitude, good for you. But the problem with Christians are they don't stop there. They want to go out and tell everybody that you are wrong, only my Jesus is true. That becomes a problem. If it helps you, more power to you, bro. Like I said, in Hinduism, every person you meet will have their own specific deity. They'll be like, no, this is what works for me. This deity is what works for me. And as a Hindu, I'm like, you know what? Whatever works for you, good for you. But don't try to come and shove it down my throat.
To be fair, for Christianity, we believe that basically something that my YouTuber told me. Basically, if you see your neighbor in a burning house, what would you do? You go to them and say, "Yo, wake up, bro! Your house is burning right now. Get out of here, bro."
That's the problem, brother. From my perspective, I think you are the one who needs waking up. So you are trying to wake up somebody who's more awake than you.
By your point of view, innit? But by Christianity, we see that if someone is
This
unsaved,
is the problem with Christianity and Islam. They cannot live peacefully. They have to go and bother other people. Live your own life, bro. Jesus is helping you out. Good for you. There are other people who have other deities who help them out.
no, I'm saying that.
I used to be Christian. I was Christian for a long time, brother. Like I eventually, yeah.
That's fine, bro. What denomination?
I was Christian until I was about 22, 23-ish, and then I was an atheist for about 17 years.
What denomination?
I was what denomination of Christian was I?
Yeah.
I was raised as a Catholic, but then I went to like more of a Protestant church.
Also, you finished the Bible already, the New Testament.
The what?
You finished the New Testament already.
I mean, I never read the whole thing from front to back, to be honest, but I know enough about it to know that it's just not it doesn't work. It's not true.
Did you read a gospel? Like any gospel, like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John? Any of them?
Have I read any of them? Yeah.
Which one?
Luke, Matthew.
Matthew. Let me use a verse from Matthew then. Love your neighbor as thyself. Is that not what Hinduism
Because your neighbor is yourself.
In Christianity, we believe that the people that follow Christ are one.
Copy, bro. You really need to do something about your mic, brother. It's very hard to hear you.
I'm using a laptop right now, bro.
So if they're not Christian, you're not gonna help them?
No, the entire point, if they're not Christian, that's when you help them, innit? That's why I said, if you see someone in a burning house, you gotta go to the house and tell them, brother, I love you, and get out of this house because it's burning.
Yeah. So when the Bible's right, so when the Bible says love thy neighbor as thyself, he's saying that because the neighbor is thyself. Like there is no difference.
No. I mean, I came to this life because obviously I don't see Hinduism as a truth because I'm Christian. So I came to this life because I want to help you, and you made this life because you want to help other people. You know what I'm saying?
I don't lie to help people.
No, you want to help other people. I didn't say lie.
Oh yeah, of course I want to help people. Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to help people as well, innit? I know that me.
Look, brother.
Help yourself. You don't need your help. It's obvious that you are the one delusional here. Help yourself.
If you like to help people, that's called karma yoga. If you want to do selfless acts of kindness out in the world and go volunteer and do all those things.
I'm not a good person, but listen, I'm not.
You're not.
I'm a sinner, bro. You know I'm a sinner.
But you don't have to be. You don't have to be.
I know I am. I told a lie. Do you ever tell a lie in your life?
Of course.
Okay, so me and you, we're sinners, we're in the same boat. The only way to get out of this boat is Jesus Christ, bro. That's the truth.
No, see, but we have a problem, bro. You don't just leave yourself in peace. You have to go out and like spread that word. Shove it down everybody's throats. Nobody wants that.
I'm in peace already, bro. If you want to, you could just get me out of this life if you want. But I really love you, bro. I really want to see you in heaven, man. That's the only reason I came.
Okay, prove to me that heaven exists right now. I will convert to Christianity.
We already are. We already are in heaven.
So. No, wait. Let's see him. Prove to me that your heaven exists. I will convert right now. Go ahead.
Prove to you that heaven exists.
Yes, and increase your volume, bro. It's very hard to hear you. It was okay in the beginning when you came in, and then something happened. I don't know what you did.
Can you hear me now?
Oh wow! Okay, that it went from 144p to 4K, bro.
I got a sore throat in it, so it's kind of hard to speak. But as I was saying, prove to you that heaven exists.
Yes.
I'll probably do heaven exists.
Like if you're selling me something, I need to know that thing exists, right?
Well, the only reason we believe in heaven is because of Jesus Christ. So I can only use the.
Nah, bro. You'll make a very bad salesman.
Huh?
You'll make a very bad salesman. You're showing me a brochure of a very good Cadillac, yeah? But you're not showing me the Cadillac, bro. I need to see the cat. I need to sit there. I need to feel the leather. I need to feel the steering wheel. I need to take it for a drive. Then I might buy it. Right?
Looking at the same way, you know what I'm saying? Heaven is not like a physical place, it's a spiritual place.
So how do I know it even exists, brother? How do I know you're not just selling me snake oil?
The reason you know that I'm not selling you snake oil is because Jesus said it. That's the only way I can prove it, literally, just by faith.
Okay, can I talk to Jesus myself and maybe hear it from him? Well, maybe I don't trust you.
You want to hear from Jesus?
Yeah.
Go to Play Store and type Bible.
What?
Oh, read the Bible, bro. That's the only way.
No. I don't want to read the Bible. Bible is a book written by people. I want to talk to Jesus.
I have a question, if you don't mind. I learned something yesterday, and I'd like to ask a question.
Yeah.
What is your explanation on why children are born with bone cancer and suffer right from birth? What is the reason for that?
Sin.
So is it because Adam ate an apple? Is that why? So, because if you're blaming cancer on the fall of man, I'm going to give you a fact that you're not going to like.
What's the fact?
That dinosaurs actually had cancer before mankind was even around.
What? I didn't know this.
Dinosaurs has cancer.
Yeah, I found out yesterday. Yeah, dinosaurs actually had cancer. Google it. So that's not because of the fall of man.
Wait, you
Yeah,
serious? Dinosaurs have cancer? How?
absolutely, brother. Go Google it. I'll wait.
You know what? Even before I look at the research, I can already tell you it was the carnivorous dinosaurs who had more cancer,
Probably.
not the vegetarian ones.
That makes sense. So if you can't blame cancer on the fall of man, now why are children born with bone cancer? I'd like to know.
I'm back. I'm back.
But
Yeah.
you're asking a question to a very wrong guy. I don't think he believes in. Do you think
Nah,
dinosaurs existed?
it's not really for him. It's probably for everybody else listening. I'm just sort of going over this. Yeah.
No, I'm saying that cancer, sickness in general, came because of sin, innit?
Yeah, but what I'm telling you is that. But hold on.
Cancer itself is not something that came from sin. It came from sin to the human race, towards the human race, but cancer is a sickness, innit? That can come to nature as well. Because obviously animals don't sin.
Then why did dinosaurs have cancer?
Huh?
Then why did dinosaurs have cancer if they don't sin?
Because God chose to, innit? God chose to.
But animals don't sin against God. Only man can do that.
Yeah, and Adam, he made the entire world dirty, basically. Sin is like a river. It just goes throughout the entire world.
But sin doesn't apply to animals, dude. Sin only applies to man. It doesn't apply to animals.
Who told you that?
The Bible.
When what verse?
Oh, dude, I don't have the verses right here. Look, give me a.
It came to the entire earth.
Wait, are you saying the animals can sin?
That's what he's saying.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying that Adam sinned, and the sin corrupted the earth, not just humans, the earth. That's why in heaven.
So the ants are going to get like every ant and beetle they're all going to be judged next to the humans, like in a courtroom.
No, I said the earth. The earth itself was corrupt. You know the earth, like the planet Earth.
Okay.
It's corrupted, isn't it?
So the earth is corrupted, not the human beings or the animals, the actual planet.
I wouldn't say that. I said the earth is corrupted, which gives the other animals like sickness or something like that. But
Yeah,
mostly
your voice is gone again. Yeah, everybody's complaining.
All right.
I got a sore throat now in it, so it's gonna have to speak for me. But
I have a sore throat too.
Anyway, Loopy bro, we gave you enough time. I think come back next time with a better mic. Let's have a dialogue again. Yeah.
Yeah, that's first, bro. Safe.
All right, bro. Thank you
All
for
right,
coming.
brother. Thanks for.
Like if you go to YouTube, you will see like we could barely hear him. He was like an ant.
I really like this fact that I found out about dinosaurs having cancer. That really throws a wrench in their logic.
Yeah,
But how are you able to hear? Like, are you wearing headphones?
No,
How are you able to hear that guy? Like,
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm using my iPhone.
Okay. What's up?
yeah. Like he said, prove me wrong, and I'll convey your religion. How? Go.
What are you, Muslim or Christian?
Yeah, I'm Muslim.
Yeah, prove me wrong and I'll become Muslim today, right now.
Okay. Let me give you a scenario. Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's a flood, yeah, and your God goes in the flood, your idol or whatever
No, there
goes
is
in
no
the
God.
flood. Huh?
There is no God. There is no God.
What?
There is no God, bro. Have you seen a God? I would love to meet this God character.
No, I'm talking about your God.
We don't believe
What
in
do you mean,
God.
my God? My God, your God. There is no God.
How's there no God? How are you made then?
How is there a God? Why do you think there is a God?
Why is there a God? Like how was everything made? Was it made by the Big Bang?
Big Bang didn't make it, yet it was actually the cause of the way we things know, way the things formed with that we know. No, what am I saying?
What are you
Big Bang
saying
was a
though?
cause for the way things formed.
What do you believe in the Big Bang?
Big Bang is not a belief, bro. It's proven science. And can you stop doing that kurkur? It's irritating.
What could?
You're rubbing your face on the phone or something. I don't know.
Yeah, don't do that.
I'm doing nothing.
All right, you're fine. You're fine. Just continue.
So yeah, the Big Bang is something that can be proven scientifically. It does not require a belief.
No, I'm asking, what do you believe in?
I don't believe in anything, bro. I look at the evidence.
Don't you believe in Hinduism?
Hinduism is not a belief. It's actually just science. Hinduism is full of evidence. I don't have to blindly believe anything in Hinduism.
What?
Yep. Did he leave?
Yeah, no conversion happening today.
What's up, Taylor?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to say I respect Hinduism greatly because it is based in a lot of history. I myself am a Catholic, and I just want some basic understanding so we can have like a clear discussion. So, the supreme deity in Hinduism is Brahman, correct?
Brahman is consciousness.
Okay, and
Like, are you conscious right now, Taylor? Are you conscious right now?
Yes, I
That
am.
consciousness is Brahman.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
Krishna is another of the major deities, correct?
Krishna is my ancestor. He lived in India roughly 7,000 years ago.
Okay, understood. So,
Like, I'm giving you these kind of answers so you understand that the way you might be implying deity, it does not apply to Hinduism.
Understood. Okay. So, my question is, for eternal salvation, when you die, what in Hinduism, what do you believe so I can try to counter your argument? When something happens, you die, or natural disaster, people lose their lives. Where do those, I guess, consciousness, as you would say, Brahman, where does your consciousness go? Where does your soul go? What happens?
Okay. We have proven science proving to you that reincarnation is absolutely true. There is a study done in the University of Virginia by a scientist called Ian Stevenson. You can look it up.
So basically, you're reincarnated, and that's based on your deeds from the past life, correct?
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, it does nothing to the consciousness. Similar to like a radio. You know, if I damage the radio, I do nothing to the voices coming from the radio.
Okay. So I'll give you my personal beliefs, and then we can speak from there. So, Jesus Christ died on the cross for us so that we can go through him to the Father, right? He died for our sins. Man is sinful. Adam ate the apple. You guys know the story. So for us, if we live our life through Christ by his teachings, then we have access to heaven. And I know you said prove heaven is correct. That was on the last gentleman who spoke, the young
I
man.
will actually go one step further with you. I'm like, prove anything that you just said is actually true.
I can't understand what you said. What was that?
You made a lot of claims. Like, prove anything true. Any of these things that you said.
Okay, so the evidence that we have for Christ is that there are manuscripts, like the Dead Sea Scrolls. There is manuscripts dating back to the time of Christ that say that he's exactly who he claimed he was, right? The Son of Man, he said, I am the law of Moses. I am my father's son. And his father being God, obviously. So, I don't reasonably, right? Thousands of people would not have lied and said, this is exactly who he said he is, right? He performed these miracles. He did these things on earth.
Actually, no. It's possible that thousands of people lied. Maybe they misunderstood. Maybe they did not understand what they were seeing. It's possible.
They do the same thing in Islam, honestly.
So, the difference is, right? So you are in a religion that is it's an ancient religion, right? Hinduism has been around many, many years, right?
It's not a religion. It's not a religion.
Or a lifestyle. Can I call it a lifestyle?
Not really. It's literally just ancient sciences.
Okay. So you believe in the ancient sciences of Hinduism. Is that a fair statement?
No, it's not a belief. I have verified the things I talk about.
But it's what you practice, correct?
Sure, but it doesn't come from belief. The Hinduism is not a belief system; it's a knowledge system.
Like for example, we can say that we can talk about the yogic sciences, or we can just talk about how the West does it. And they say, well, we went to a lab, we tested people under meditative circumstances, and they proved with their measurements that it is the case that meditation improves your neural connections, your life, like just many things about the overall, brain. So we can say that the yogic sciences are the reason for that. The process of going within yourself. This is what yoga teaches you. So the West just turns it into something different, but it's from Hinduism.
Understood. Yeah, I'm not going to debate you on meditation. I do believe it is beneficial. What I will say is, man, we got off topic and I lost my train of thought. Give me just.
I only brought up that.
The point is, like I told you, in Hinduism, I don't have to believe anything at all. If I make a claim, I can show you proof, evidence, and show you like how you can make this claim tangible.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. So. Hinduism has been practiced, believed in. The sciences have been studied since ancient times, really. Similarly, Jesus, when he walked the earth, correct? He was born a Jew, studied in the temple from a young age. He claimed to be the Messiah, and later through his works proved himself to be Messiah. So, Judaism, similarly, is an ancient practice, in their realm, it is a religion, right? The chance that thousands of Jews come together, and pagans even, and say that Jesus did what he said he did, I mean, the chances of that happening are very, very, very low. And then you make the argument for Islam. Islam came later, right? After Jesus had already walked the earth. My argument is that during a time where the Jews were so oppressed by the Romans, right? And Jesus did walk the earth. The chance that somebody just comes along, is the Messiah, dies for our sins, leads apostles, builds his church through Peter. The chances of it are slim to none. That all these people come together and say, this man is who he says he is, builds a church.
But sir, there was so much suffering built thousands of years prior to Jesus coming down. What took him so long? Why did he wait?
I think it's divine timing and intervention. That's my belief.
Yeah, but
I'm not all knowing. I don't know everything.
After Jesus came down, again so much suffering happened. Last 2000 years, actually, humans suffered more.
But this time it's forgiven though. Like before that, man was not forgiven from my understanding.
Forgiven only for people who believe in Jesus, not for the rest of them.
Oh, I thought he was dying for the sins of mankind overall.
No, you still have to believe in Jesus.
Oh, okay, all right.
So prior to Jesus' coming, they lived by the law of Moses, right, where he spoke to the burning bush.
I'm just thinking about the whole world. I'm thinking about like India, and there's a lot of suffering going on the entire world. Why did God say, I'm going to let this suffering go for thousands of years, but now I'm going to stop it? Like now I'm going to bring a savior, but until then it's just like you're on your own, dude. Like I don't know, it doesn't add up for me. An all-powerful, all-loving type of creator wouldn't wait like that.
And I can understand that perspective. And the best thing I can honestly say to you, as a Christian, is I don't know, but it's something that I would like to find out. Right? It's something that I would like to study more, and because I don't want to sell you something that I'm not 100% sure on, because I think that's unfair.
That's an honest answer. At least you're not just making up stuff like everyone else does. That's good.
And eternal, something you said earlier, right, is that you said you feel like Christians just go out and shove their religion down your throat. And I wanted to speak to that earlier when I heard you say that, is that...
Like I come from a culture where we face the Crusades and the Inquisitions, right?
Right.
So the amount of atrocities that my ancestors had to go through because of that, I mean,
And
I cannot begin to quantify that.
and I would agree that they were atrocities, and that there was at the time church leadership that probably didn't understand truly the gospel, where the gospel says, right, Jesus charges us to go out and to preach the good news, right, the good news of being able to be forgiven for our sins, to live a better life, to be better human beings. And I think that there's a way to do that, and I believe that going out and telling people the good news is much, much different than going out and saying, hey, you have to believe this, or hey, if you don't believe this, you're condemned forever. I think it's more of a conversation, kind of like we're having right now, where I just lay out, hey man, this is what I believe. If you don't believe what I believe, maybe we just don't see eye to eye, but that doesn't mean that I still don't love you as much as myself, because as you said, we're one. I believe that, we are all brothers and sisters in God. That's my belief, right? And he would want me to do to you as I would want done to me, right?
This sentiment, Taylor, like for you, it's something Jesus said, and this is what you heartfully believe, right? This sentiment is actually proven to you scientifically in Hinduism.
Yes.
It can give you scientific answers as to why we are all actually one, and we don't need to like blindly believe anything to come to that conclusion.
Yeah.
Right. And for me, when you say blindly, I have my testimony. I grew up Protestant. I moved over into Catholicism at a young age. Had some things happen in my life, and a lot of people call BS when people say that they feel like they were visited by Christ. I saw him in a dream, and he wasn't so much as a person as much as just an existence, but it's my testimony. It's what provides me my faith.
We talked about that earlier, about another person having the same experience. It's not like, yes, you experienced the oneness, but that oneness doesn't have, like, the light didn't say the word Jesus. You know what I mean? Like, but that's just, I understand why. Like, listen, if you have the same experience in the United States, and I have and maybe Eternal has the same experience in India, you're going to say it was Jesus, and he's going to say it was Brahman. The words, I think, are inconsequential. It's the same experience, and there's no name for it, really. Ultimately, there's no name for any of it.
Right. Yeah, I can see. It's cultural. I can see that.
That's why the Jewish people won't even use the word. They're not even allowed to type the word God. They have to say G_D, like, because they're not even allowed to conceptualize it, because any conceptualization of it would be a disservice to it. That's probably why the Muslims don't allow, drawings of their prophet, because any depiction would be a disservice.
Right. Yeah, and I do think that deeper conversation can be had regarding Islam, but I'm not an expert there. But I would say I do have a lot of respect, and I appreciate you guys coming on. I don't think I was able to change your minds, but just like I would like to be challenged to look more into Hinduism, I would challenge you guys to look back into some of the ancient texts regarding Jesus Christ, regarding the law of Moses.
Really quick, brother, I agree with you about certain things that you're saying. If I could just suggest, because I understand Christianity. I was a Christian. I was an atheist. Now I'm Hindu. I do understand Christianity, but I understand it from a non-dualistic perspective. So if I could recommend an author, his name is Meister Eckhart. He's a Christian mystic, and I really feel like out of all the things that were written, I feel like he has the right answers. And also
what was the first name?
Meister, Meister.
Meister, okay.
Yeah, and his last name is Eckhart, Eckhart. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, brother.
I'll look in. I'm rolling into work now, so I'm gonna have to hop off. But I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you guys get to have some good conversation.
All right, brother. Thank you. See you, brother.
Hey, what's up again?
What's up, man?
Oh.
What's up?
I was about to ask some questions and the kids interrupted. But later
Yeah,
I heard you make some claims, and I would like you to clarify that to me if you can.
sure, go ahead.
Mm, I managed to understand that you don't believe in God.
I
And
don't like believing anything. I like to verify everything.
okay, so you don't have a knowledge about higher power that created all this, okay? From your science-based perspective. Where did you come up with this blue guy then, if it's all about the science? I'm
The
really
blue guy is
curious.
actually not blue. Let me clarify that. He's not actually blue. In Hindu culture, we have a habit of painting very special people as blue to make them stand out in a crowd. So
I
Krishna was
understand
never
that,
blue.
but the concept of this guy or whatever, where did you get it from the
He's my ancestor,
science-based
bro. He's my
facts?
ancestor. He's my ancestor.
So you look at him like your ancestor.
He is my ancestor. I don't have to look at him like that.
Okay, and is he among us or is he died long time ago?
His physical body, yes, he passed away like 7,000 years ago. But he was a realized being, which means he understood what consciousness is. So once you understand what consciousness is, technically you're never gone.
So once you understand what consciousness is, like you become this kind of the blue guy.
No, you don't become a blue guy. You become, for a lack of better words, the description of Allah is actually kind of accurate. You become Noor.
Become what?
Noor is that, the light which is high frequency.
Okay. Is that what Jude or what Jeed? The
Wajud
oneness?
is your existence, but Noor is the physical form of Allah, the way it's described in the Quran.
Okay.
It's not physical, it's some kind of the form. Allahu
Okay,
nuru
sure.
samawati wal ard.
No, if you
Allah is the
understand
light of the
quantum
heavens
mechanics,
and the earth.
if you understand quantum mechanics, you will realize that everything is frequency, everything is light.
Okay, but this is like more metaphorical thing. That he's a guidance and the light.
This is the problem, bro. This is the real problem. Like, some verses in the Quran actually, it looks like it's pointing to the truth, but Muslims want to take everything very literally, and sometimes the truth is taken metaphorically.
It depends on the context. Depends on the context.
See, okay, here's the thing, yeah. Across time, across the world, from all religions, all cultures, people who have meditated, right, and people who have attained some level of mastery over meditation, they have all seen this light. All of them.
They see what?
This light that we are talking about.
You are speaking about the light.
This light, not any
We
light.
have
This
our
light that
own
one is seen
kind
to
of.
your own.
We have our own kind of, let's say it meditation. It's not meditation, but you can understand it as a meditation.
Salah is not meditation. That's the opposite of meditation.
It is. We are asking the higher power to guide us to the straight path.
You should not be asking anything in meditation. In meditation, you are supposed to be silent.
No. That's your point of view.
That's not my point of view. That is the definition of meditation. Pondering, prayer, worship, they're not meditation.
So you don't have a science-based facts to back up this story about this guy being among us if he had reached the state of the higher consequence. What's the word? I'm sorry.
Bro, every day, randomly, every day some Hindu is getting to that level. It's not a big deal for us.
Okay. Like, I would agree with you about the story with this guy from Christian guy. Like, where was the Jesus and dying for the sins before the Jesus? So that's a valid point. We ask them also.
The reason why we ask the question is for them to start using their brain and thinking for themselves. Right
Yes,
now,
for sure. We agree that they should use their brain. We agree 100%.
Wait, one second. The comment I'm going to make is applying to you too. So they just randomly repeat what they read in a book. They have no personal experience. Right? They have not verified anything by themselves. Randomly repeating what you read in a book will never get you anywhere. Which is what most Muslims do. Most Muslims are doing the same thing. They just keep repeating what they read in a book.
No, it's connected. You cannot find the truth. You cannot find the truth, the ultimate truth.
Evidence? Brother, earlier I asked you, what is your evidence that Allah even exists?
all around you, look around you. There are so many evidences, and at the end, he revealed himself. That's the evidence.
Thanks, Marsha. So when yeah, yeah, when it says Allah is closer to you than your jugular vein in the Quran, what do you think is meant by that? You don't know? Do you know that verse, or you don't know that verse?
I'm thinking about, is that a verse or a hadith? I'm just thinking about, is that a verse or is it a hadith? I'm not sure.
I think it's
a
from the
hadith.
Quran, but I'll find out.
I think it's hadith.
Does that
Maybe
does that
maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe you are right. I'm not sure.
I hope I don't know more about the Quran than you do.
Actually, it's not a hadith.
No,
It's a
it
tafsir
can
of
be
surah.
Why are you using this type of argument like you think you know more than me? It
No,
can
I was.
be like
I said I.
maybe
No,
I
I
know
just said
maybe I know
hope.
something from Hinduism you don't know.
I said I hope I
Is it
don't.
possible?
Example.
Is it possible to be?
No, you did not even know what
Islam is greatest religion ever. Like there is so many in Islam things.
It's this.
We
This
don't
verse is
know
from.
everything, bro.
Brother, religion by definition is fake. So it can be the greatest
Okay,
religion. It's still fake.
I don't call it religion. It's just my translated word because I'm not native English speaker.
Like
So
I can come and
don't
say,
catch me for the
Invincible.
words.
I can come and say Spider-Man is the best comics out there. It's still comics, bro. It doesn't matter if it's the best comics.
No. Your analogy is not good. God revealed Himself to the last prophet and
Brother, I
to
asked
the
you for
prophets
something
before.
I can verify. Can you give me something that I can verify?
What can you verify? This blue
Okay,
guy or the
give me your
holiness
best
of the
evidence for
cow?
God.
How
Give me your
can you
best evidence.
verify the cow being holy from the science? Please explain it to me.
Who told you cow is holy?
The Hindus believe that.
Can you show me from scripture?
I cannot show you. I'm asking you.
So why come up with wrong information, bro?
Do you eat cow, bro?
I've eaten more cow than you can afford in your life.
Okay, that's assumption again. Then I can
It's not
afford.
an assumption.
I
Can
can
you actually
afford many.
afford? Wait, one second. Can you
Don't be
afford
afraid. I can afford
One second.
many cows.
Can you afford a sirloin steak every night?
I can.
You can?
Alhamdulillah.
Have you actually done it?
What?
Eaten a sirloin steak every night?
I can eat a steak every night if I want.
Have you done it, dude? Have you done it?
I didn't done it. Why would I done it?
Exactly. So my assumption was absolutely correct. I told you I've eaten more cow than you can afford.
No, you didn't eat more cow. Never mind who eated more cow. Never mind.
Bro,
The thing is
people who
different.
practice yoga, right? They have like a sixth sense. I can already tell a lot of things.
So that verse about Allah being closer to you than your jugular vein, it says it's from Quran Surah QAF 16. Is that
Surah
Okay,
Al-Kahf.
I know.
It's a tafsir
Yes, I
of
remember
Surah
now.
Al-Kahf. It's not the surah itself. The explanation of the surah has that thing.
Okay.
So what's with the question Allah being closer to us than a jugular vein?
No, wait. Vince, let's not derail, yeah?
Yeah, never mind.
Give me your evidence for Allah. Go ahead.
I didn't hear you.
Give me your evidence for Allah. Give me that, show me that your Allah even exists.
No. Look. The logical before everything.
Stop
The
using the word
logical
logic.
assumption.
Yo,
The
yo, yo,
logical
yo,
assumption.
wait. Stop using the word
Okay.
logic. Prove to me that your Allah exists. Go ahead.
No. I will prove to you.
Go ahead.
Without logic, but because you are an unbeliever, I need to take you first through the logic.
Okay, go ahead.
The logical assumption is: are you creation?
No.
What are you?
You're just, this is a loaded question. Are you creation? If
No.
you say yes, you can be like, well, then it must be a creator. Like, that's
Of
just,
course.
This is a trap question. Like, we
It's not
don't
a
believe
trap
it.
question. It's the
It's
most
not even a
natural
smart
question
question.
human.
It's not
It's the
even a
most
smart
natural
question.
question human man can make to himself.
No,
Who
no,
designed you with the
no.
5 fingers, not 7 fingers?
There are people with
Who
seven
gave you the
fingers.
shape?
There are people with
Who
seven fingers.
created the sky blue? Who created the
Bro,
sea and the
literally,
land?
I asked you for evidence. This is your evidence.
Of course.
We know exactly scientifically why the sky looks blue.
Just saying look around you is not going to be enough, dude.
I can make a claim. Okay, look around you. There is color everywhere. So the world was created by unicorns. There are gay people in the world. Obviously, it's
No,
proof for unicorns.
you cannot say that is created by unicorns
It can be, yeah.
I will destroy that claim
Your
by
Allah is
only by
Noor.
logic.
He's not color. Your Allah is Noor. He's not color. Which color is that Noor? Unicorn has full colors, all 7 colors. So that is proof for unicorns. Look, you see how stupid that sounds?
It's not stupid. Like
Very stupid, bro.
without
Very
the
low IQ.
God, without the God, even if he didn't reveal himself so many times through history,
Nobody has revealed himself. People said these things.
Please let me finish.
People said these things. Nobody has revealed anything. Hey, who has seen God? Did your Muhammad see God?
Of course not.
Exactly. Even Muhammad himself, whom you guys believe, he himself has
It's
not
not
seen
about
God.
seeing God. What are you speaking about? Have you
Nobody
seen
has
your
seen God,
thoughts?
bro. Muhammad made up the whole thing. It's very obvious.
No,
Aisha said,
Not only
Aisha
Muhammad.
said that
Not
your
only Muhammad. Jesus, Moses, Adam,
Aisha said to
Lot,
Muhammad that
Noah,
it looks
all the
like God is
prophets.
giving you what you want.
Abraham, not only Muhammad, all the prophets. Islam is all the prophets.
Okay, prove it to me. Prove it to me. Go ahead.
No. You would need to prove that what you believe is the right path.
Okay,
You don't believe
you
in God.
think you're a
You
very
don't know
smart
what
guy.
comes
You're
after.
actually very stupid, not smart at all. Vince, bro, you give too much leeway to people. Like the reason why I kept him so long was because he was talking nicely, and it looked like there was a dialogue. There was no dialogue. He was just
Yeah.
wasting our time.
No. It took a turn. That's why I just said, forget it. Never mind. That's why. Yeah. I
These
thought he
people
was.
come up and like show us that how stupid that religion is. Single brain
Yeah.
cell, exactly. Yeah. Like, bro, look at the world around you. Okay, the world around me is proof that the world around me exists. It doesn't prove that there is a God in the sky who made everything.
Yep.
Me
Yeah.
existing is proof that I exist. It doesn't prove that your God made me. It actually
And
proves that my parents, my father was very successful in seducing my mom. That's what it proves.
yeah, and that burden shifting, it's not going to work in rooms like this. It might work on like the youngsters' rooms, but if you try to burden shift and say prove that there is no God, that's not how it works. I'm a baby. I don't know what a God is. If you introduce the concept to the baby God, well, then you have to prove it. It's not something that is known from birth. So the burden of proof is on you, not us.
Right. There is no guest, so let me expose Islam for a second. So if you want me to not expose Islam, request quickly, because if I go into my explanation mode, right, I will not be taking up guests. Answering quick, hastening. Okay, yeah. Okay. So this is Sahih al-Bukhari 4788, right? This tells you everything about Islam. Sorry, you are late. You're requesting now, but I will expose Islam first. Look at this. This is Aisha's talking, yeah? I feel that your Lord hastens fulfilling your wishes and desires. Aisha basically exposed Islam right here. This is Sahih al-Bukhari. Look at this. Aisha is telling Muhammad, looks like, your God is giving you what you want. Baby Aisha, she exposed Islam. The entire thing about Allah and Jibreel and everything, Muhammad made it up. Let's read the whole hadith together, yeah? Narrated Aisha. I used to look down upon those ladies who had given themselves to Allah's messenger. So, some women, they were slaves, obviously. They would want some favor from Prophet, right? So, they used to come and give themselves to Prophet. And I used to say, can a lady... See, she is using the word lady, yeah, which means she used to look at the women as respect, as something of respect, even though they were slaves. So, I used to say, can a lady give herself to a man? Does it even work like that? Because in that culture, men just come and take whatever they feel like. But when Allah revealed, think about this, like Muhammad wants to sleep with one of the slaves, and Allah reveals that you can do it. And Allah reveals you, oh Muhammad, can postpone whom you will of them, because he actually, it was found that he did not really like sleeping with his wives. He actually liked sleeping with the slaves. So Allah is giving permission. If you don't want to sleep with one of your wives, you can skip them, and you may receive any of them whom you will. Look at this. And there is no blame on you if you invite one of those who turn you have set aside. So they had turns, right? Every day, one wife. So if you want to turn off somebody, like, okay, you know what? I don't feel like sleeping with you today. I'd rather sleep with one of the slaves. Guess what? Allah is giving him permission. Think about this. Holy scripture for all times. God is giving this dude permission to go and like sleep with anybody you feel like. And then Aisha is pissed off. Obviously, she's a child. She's still learning the tropes of the word. She's pissed off, and she's like, I said to the prophet, like she was bold. She would say things to the prophet directly at his face. I said to the prophet, I feel that your Lord hastens in fulfilling your wishes and desires. What does it tell you, bro? This tells you everything about Islam. There you go. The whole thing is made up. Muhammad made up the whole thing. He wanted to sleep with random people. He wanted to sleep with children. And he made up the whole thing. And seriously, bro, like I cannot have a dialogue with you, respecting you as somebody who actually knows the truth.
Yeah, he wanted power. That makes sense. That's why most religions are formed, because they want to control. It makes sense to me.
And Aisha was obviously salty because she was married when she was 6, right? A child, a little child. So by the time she grew up and she started getting some senses, she realized what was happening to her. She started fighting back. RS, what's up?
Hi, thanks for sharing that verse from, I don't know if it's the Hadith or the Quran.
It's
But you know,
Bukhari.
another thing, oh,
Sahih Bukhari.
Bukhari. I see, thank you. Another thing that doesn't make sense to me, and is, well, there's a lot of things that don't make sense to Islam, about Islam, but one of the things that I dissected recently was, the fact that homosexuality is not permitted in Islam, um, and if we look, and if you look at Harvard, if you look at Harvard studies or research on homosexuality, they're now linking hormones, which is not surprising. There's like a hormonal component to homosexuality. And even conversion therapy, they're finding is not effective and is causing a lot of problems. And it just doesn't make sense. Like, I think this homosexuality thing, there's like two components that kind of contradict Islam. The first one is the scientific component, and then the second part of this is why would when it's natural in nature to be homosexual, and we find this in 1,500 different species as well. Why, if God had the power to create everyone heterosexual, why wouldn't he? And number two, why would he create something that he would then punish? Like, you're setting
Yeah.
your being up for failure, essentially.
Ma'am.
And
Yeah.
in this life, you are also punishing them because they're not supposed to act or live in their truth. And then
Yeah.
third, when they do live in their truth, because if you suppress that desire and you don't actually love who you want to or be with the gender that you're attracted to, that leads to its own series of mental health problems and, even unaliving oneself. And that's also in Harvard research as well. And so eventually it's like that person is doomed, and if they act on it, then they're, according to Islam, they're going to hell. And so does it make sense that the simulator is going to punish its own, simulation, if that makes any sense?
They just put that on free will, though. That's their excuse.
Yeah, and how are we really? I don't really I don't believe in free will to an
No,
extent.
there is no free will. They just say they do, because if they don't have free will, their whole religion falls down like a house of cards. But there is no free will. No.
Right. And I, even myself, there's so many. I was born into the Islamic religion. Most of my relatives are Muslim. And it would have been so much easier for me to just, fasted one time a year and, I don't know, prayed one time a year, which most of my relatives just do one time a year, but then all the other times of the year, they're just like everyone else. That would have been so much easier for me. It would have been an easier path, and it wouldn't have led to like kind of seclusion on my own part, because I'm just like, how do these people even believe this? Like, how can I be friends with someone that is so intellectually retarded,
Oh, you
or
can't say that.
lazy?
You can't say that.
Please
Yeah.
don't say
Oh, I'm
that R
sorry.
word. It's
Oh, I'm
not.
sorry. I'm sorry. Intellectually lazy. Can I say lazy?
I think you can. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So yeah, like how can I even connect with someone who's intellectually lazy? It makes me kind of seclude myself from them in a way. I mean, I try to look past it, but at the same time, it is something that crosses my mind a lot. And it's would have been easier for me. And I'm just like, okay, if I would have been born in a secluded place in Afghanistan, or if my brain would have been wired differently, I probably would have believed in these types of fairy tale religions, and my life would have probably not be
That's it.
so
That's
secluded.
You're exactly right. That's why I have patience. That's why people are like, "You're too patient with everybody." I know I am. I'm overly patient because I do understand that, and I'm using the Christian terminology, right? Forgive them, for they know not what they do. In Buddhism, honestly, like in Buddhism, we call it monkey mind. Like you're just programmed the way you are because of your culture, and it's really not your fault. So that's why I have like maybe to a fault too much patience. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's beautiful. It's beautiful that you have that patience, and
Some people don't like
I
it.
think that should be actually a religious, someone who believes in an Abrahamic religion. I would imagine they should be patient, but with my personal experience of going on to Islamic lives, patience is the last thing that I see in the majority of people in that religion. It's almost kind of like they feel like they have this right over everyone to act with force and impatience with regards to their religion. And to me, that's completely like ironic to what I would think. I mean, I guess in theory, religion should be something that makes people more conscious and more patient and more gentle. But I guess it doesn't make sense to be that way, because then politically, if religion is really there to manipulate people for the people at the top who are benefiting, then I guess it wouldn't make sense to be gentle and meek.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I wish a lot of the religious people would adopt these very basic human characteristics. I think the world would be a better place if we would just take the good parts of it and not the
Yeah.
divisive parts of it. Yeah, that's the problem. The problem is the divisiveness. I'm a believer. You're not. I'm saved. I'm going to be going to eternal bliss. You're going to eternal suffering. Like it just others everybody, and and of course LGBTQ, because they're not able to reproduce, therefore they must be sinning against God. So it just comes a lot of nonsense comes out of it. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's really quite sad. And sometimes I wonder, I spend like an hour or two a day going onto these lives and talking about these types of things, and I wonder, am I doing anyone any justice? And also the other thing is, I feel like society needs people who are not awakened. Like me as a business owner, for instance, I was thinking about this today. If my employees were, let's say, awakened and not that I manipulate my employees or anything like that, but if they were not rule followers, and if they were independent thinkers, to me as a businesswoman, that wouldn't be very good, because I would have employees that would be rebelling against me, competing against me, and that just wouldn't serve my purpose.
Yeah, that's why I'm sure you've heard this before. We in the West we educate people just enough so that they can turn the levers on the machine, but not smart enough to where they can make the machines.
And so my whole purpose, and and talking about these things, really isn't to like hurt anybody's feelings or dissuade them from their religion, but to help them wake up. Especially being that I'm from Afghanistan, and education, women going to school isn't allowed. And I'm just like, our people from that country have been manipulated the most. And it's like Saudi Arabia is, I guess, the creator of that God-forsaken religion. And they don't live, and their country is pretty secular compared to, Afghanistan. And the Afghan people were actually by force, imperialized, and they fought against Islam for 500 years. But, I guess they were defeated, so they accepted this religion by force. But we had our own Zoroastrian religion. We had our own poetry, rich in poetry and culture and language. But that was attempted to be abolished by the Arabs. And so I guess I hold a lot of resentment, personal resentment, I guess, on that.
I thought about this. Host, actually, are you there, host?
I'm here. Good.
Okay. About people waking up, I've always had this question because there's like people argue over what the telos is of existence, or what the aim is. And a lot of like non-dualist teachers will say the purpose of existence is so that you can know yourself, like just to find yourself. But if that was actually the aim or the goal of existence, then more people, like, it wouldn't just be like 1% of the population. It would be like 80%. So then I started thinking, well, maybe existence is exactly the way it should be, because if it was more than like just a few people, then would it still be special, or would it still feel unique? I don't know. Thought about that kind of thing. What do you think, host?
See, a truly enlightened person would say, it's actually common in Hindu scriptures and in the Hindu fold to hear this, that a truly enlightened person says, everything is already perfect. There's
Yeah,
nothing to change.
that's okay.
We've heard this like 100 times. I don't know. I've grown up like and hearing this, but
Right.
of course, like if you have a physical body, you would not just become a vegetable, right? You will try to like make changes here and there. You'll try to beautify things a little bit more. All of those things you will do. But from the existence perspective, from consciousness perspective, everything is already moving the way it's supposed to be moving.
Yeah, that's the conclusion I always come up with. I have long conversations with Stash on the weekend, and we always come up to the same conclusion: is that everything is exactly the way it should be. And for me to want to change that is just an egoic thing. Yeah, for sure, I agree with you.
No, you're not changing anything. You're just like finding your own thread of experience within it.
Yeah.
Like, even if you change everything, it's eventually going to reset, and new yuga will start anyways. You cannot stop that. But the way we are experiencing it, we can like course correct it a little bit. Be like, no, instead of going from that road, I will go from this road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but take a more scenic road. But eventually, you're going there anyways. Nothing is going to stop that.
Yeah, we always want to feel like we have control over something, and we just don't have any. There is no controller.
It's like the whole cosmos is like a river which is flowing. The river has a set path. It knows exactly where it's going, and nothing is going to change that. But we can decide, okay, do I want to paddle boat here? Do I want to like do a rafting? Right? We can choose that.
Yeah, I agree. You're right.
But the
That's a
flow of
beautiful way to
river
put
is
it.
not going to change for you.
Yeah. No, that's a beautiful way to put it. Yeah, I agree. Everything's like a flowing river. Yeah.
So when I say your children will be Hindu, that is the flowing river. It's going to happen. But we can try to minimize the collateral damage when change happens, or we can also try to make sure that more and more people get on board faster, so that less people suffer. Simple.
The first thing the process that I noticed that happens with a lot of people that have this experience is similar to mine. Like you have the experience, and then immediately you're like, oh, I think I have the secret to the universe. I want to tell everybody, and like just like that's the first thing
Brother,
that you
I
want to
told you this. I told you this like 100 times already. It's like you, while playing the game, you figured out, okay, this is just a game, and you're going around telling everybody, bro, this is just a game. This is just a game. First of all, you're going to piss them off because the point of the game is to be immersed in the game, right?
Yeah,
Like you
it comes
imagine
from
watching a movie and you are completely horrified, but then suddenly somebody says, you know what, oh bro, this is just a movie. Calm down, it's okay, chill. And then you decide to go and like walk to everybody in the theater and shake them violently. Bro, this is just a movie. They're going to get pissed off first, and second, they don't want to be woken up, bro. Anybody
Yeah,
who wants to be woken up, they will be woken up. No, you
absolutely.
cannot stop. Like, we can only like create systems where they come and approach you if they have the need to ask questions or whatever. But you cannot wake up somebody who doesn't want to be woken up.
Oh,
You
I
are
found
you are
that.
you are basically you are taking away from their experience of life when you force it down people.
Yeah, that's a tough lesson I had to learn, but that's absolutely correct.
I'm just looking back at when I used to be an atheist. I had no idea about these things. If people came up to me and said these things, right, I'd be like, dude, please leave me alone.
Yeah, no, I studied all the different logics and all the different philosophers because I thought I can like speak to my Western atheist buddies, and that's just failed miserably. So it's fine.
I wanted to say, there's some people that I meet on the lives, and they think that I'm recruited by the Illuminati,
Hmm.
and I'm trying to bring them to the Lucifer or some
Arif,
crazy stuff like that.
how
You
do I
know what's
sign up?
really interesting?
How do I sign up?
The other interesting thing is that I see a connection between like the way that the conservatives in the states think, who are part of the red party, who are conservatives, and religious Muslims. They think identical. They're very, very susceptible to conspiracy theories.
Yes, big time.
And yeah, and it's just kind of like it's really sad that I can understand that they're anti science or they're anti intellectualism, and everything that's in that book is
Yeah,
the
you've seen.
truth.
I'm sure you've seen the videos with the Muslims and the Christians. They make them all the time. They say like they dissect music videos, and they're like, oh look, she covered up her eye, so she's talking about the one-eyed Satan that's talked. Like they're just paying homage to Baal and all this other stuff. They come up with this weird stuff. I've seen the videos. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, but I mean, also again, like looking back at that theory, where as a businesswoman, I would benefit from having these types of people as my employees, right? Like if they're a rule follower, if they can't think independently, if they're intellectually lazy, if they're naive, like these are all things that I would ideally, I mean, if I was I would say like a ruthless business person, I guess I should say, or actually not even a ruthless. Like I couldn't afford to have rebellious employees who think independently, who would steal my business idea. Like that
Yes.
just,
So you
you know what
need,
I mean?
as a
I,
business owner, you need
I
intellectually.
sincerely hope your employees are not watching this live.
I'm sorry.
I sincerely hope they're not watching this live. I said your employees.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
So
What I
I'm
was
sorry.
real quick. What I was saying was, as a business owner, you need people to be intellectually lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Absolutely, absolutely, especially at the bottom, right? If they're just doing things at the bottom. I mean, obviously not the CEO. I couldn't have intellectually lazy CEO, but I mean, people that are just like, salespeople, people that are doing the artsy stuff. I would definitely need people that are intellectually lazy, who are rule followers, who don't question things. They just do what they're told. That is ideal to me. And even as like a competitor, right? Like, or a business owner outside of employees, if other people think the way that I do and carry on their lives the way that I do, I would have more competitors in a sense of like a business competitor. Or, I guess I just think it's easier to acquire more wealth and more, not that that's like the goal in life, right? But if you don't want your kids, for instance, to like be slaves in a sense, you try to amass as much wealth so that you can give that to them and hope that they can carry that on and do something good to society without feeling like, oh, I have to rely on my employer and have to go to this job that I hate. Like that's what I went through in my earlier years, and I wouldn't want to put that on to my own children. So really my whole purpose of working hard and amassing as much wealth as I could is to just pass it on to the next generation. But I
Arif
mean,
sir, one suggestion: you don't have to explain why you do the things that you do to anybody at all. It's completely
yeah. Yeah,
What
but
do
I
you
mean,
think?
if people are listening here and they're wondering, like, okay, this isn't what I was taught in my religion, right? My religion taught me to just take as much as I was given by God and then not want more than that. Then you hear another perspective and you start to question your beliefs. But if no one ever if no one ever plants that seed, then you go on believing what you were told. And I know that there are some Muslims in this room that are listening, or other people who follow these Abrahamic religions.
Ma'am, it's worse because when certain religious people, and I've seen it many times, they get diagnosed with something like horrible, like the hypertension, whatever it may be, cancer. Instead of and you start talking to them about it, like, are you going to do something about it? No, it's in God's hands. That's a problem. That's a big problem.
Yeah.
They're not gonna help themselves. They're just gonna be like, well, it's God's will. If He wants me to die, I'll die, and like that's like you're not gonna do anything about it. So I don't
Right,
know.
right. And I guess it's just kind of like, here I am trying to get people to wake up, but then if I do that, in essence, I'm not benefiting from it. It's actually going to create more competitors to me and my future generation. So it's kind of
No, no,
better
no.
in a
RSF.
way.
In Hinduism, we don't really have rules, right? But it's loosely suggested that waking up somebody who wants to sleep is actually one of the worst things to do. So you should never
Oh,
try.
really?
Yeah, yeah.
Why?
Like it's irritating, right? I'm having a good night's sleep and you keep coming and troubling me to wake me up. It's exactly the example I gave Vince earlier. Like a person who is watching a horror
Yeah.
movie, telling him, "Oh, bro, this is just a horror movie. This is just a horror movie." It takes away from their experience, right? Maybe they don't want to
Yeah,
get out of that experience at that
That's
point.
very true.
that's why I brought up. That's why I brought that up because I've already gone that route, and it's a dead end. It's a dead end.
I
The
guess
only
it
people
makes
that
sense too.
yeah. What?
I said it makes sense too because it takes a lot of courage to be able to wake up and to realize that you were taught is really just a form of manipulation and a lie. And that's a really kind of scary realization and sad realization to make. And I get that.
I mean, there's a lot of deprogramming to
But you guys, thank
do.
you so much for picking up.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
I got to run,
Stepping
but
up.
I'm going to listen. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right. Thank you. Yeah. So,
When
host.
I had like those experiences, of course, I wanted to go out and tell to everybody because I was bursting with energy, right? And I was like, I need to find people to talk to, about this and all that. Then
Allah,
eventually I figured out, like, bro,
prove me wrong and I'll convert to your religion.
That's why I came on TikTok and looked for people like you, and I found you.
Hinduism is the
so
truth. Your
the person who
children
just
will
came
be
in,
Hindu.
Chutia who just came in, you don't realize that when two people are talking, we should actually wait for it. Huh?
Yes, you're right. I was just reading exactly what you put out.
Okay, bye bye.
Yeah.
Because we were talking.
If two people are in the square having a conversation, do you walk up and just start reading something out loud in front of their faces? You don't do that.
He probably does that. Who knows?
If it's the Quran, maybe, yeah.
Zishan, what's up? This guy doesn't want to talk. Okay.
Yeah, host. What I was saying was, there's just so much work to you have to if you really want to get into the language, the logic, and all that. If you really want to, but I realize that if people are going to want to wake up, they're going to do the work on their own. I don't need to regurgitate it and give it to them. Like the only people we should be helping are the ones that are just yeah.
When the thirst for knowledge came to me, right, there was nothing in the world that would stop me.
Yeah, same.
When the thirst to knowledge comes, nothing can actually keep their hold on you. Everything is boring, the most boring thing out there, and you will absolutely, pursue that truth with all of your might. At that point, nobody has to come and tell you wake up, because you are striving to wake up yourself.
Yeah, once you have this experience, it's the most important thing in your life. Like it literally trumps everything else. I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like for a long time, like watching movies and sitting in front of something, I did not even care about all of that. I would rather just sit and meditate.
Yeah, I don't even watch TV.
I have a question, guys. Good evening. I have a question. Can you answer my question?
Yeah. Sure.
Why
Go ahead.
did like Ravan kidnap the Sita and he gangbanged her?
He gangbanged her?
Yeah, Ravan.
Okay, prove it to me from scripture.
Go to your scripture, bro.
I read the scripture. It doesn't mention any gangbang. In fact, it
Read it.
says that Ravan used to be Ravan was the ancestor of Muhammad. That's why Muhammad used to gangbang babies.
No, but it says that Sita was like kidnapped by Ravan, right?
Okay, well, kidnap doesn't mean gangbang, brother. So
And
you got a gift from me.
Sham went.
Allahu Akbar.
And Sham was.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la
Listen, I'm joking, man.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن ميتم يا الرسول أشهد أن ميتم الرسول
Bro, you want to talk or?
حي على
Come on. Chutiye.
حي على
Chutiye.
حي على scientific temper حي على scientific temper Dingahu Akbar, Dingahu Akbar La
Allahu Akbar Allah
illa
Dingahu Akbar, Dingahu Akbar. And we all know that Muhammad used to do all that. In fact, you know what? Because that guy came up, let me prove this to you. Let me prove it to you that Muhammad was actually, all the Sahabas used to, do the thing that he said to Muhammad. So Muhammad was that, one lady sitting on the couch and, the seven black men in the background. That used to be the Sahabas. Let me prove it to you. Bro, every time you guys come, we expose Islam a little bit more. Like, bro, what? Why do you need this? Why do you need this? Why do you want to expose Islam? But it's okay. I'm here. So this is Kitab al-Adab regarding kissing the body. Yeah. It's Sunan Abi Dawood 5224. If you're a non-Muslim, please note it down. This is very crucial. You should have this. Sunan Abi Dawood 5224. Its grade is Sahih in chain. Albani has proven Sahih. Okay. Albani is a scholar. None of these box worshippers can actually debate you when you take the name of Albani. Yeah. So this is regarding kissing the body. Narrated Abdur Rahman ibn Abu Layla, quoting Usaid ibn Hudayr, a man of Ansar, said that while he was given to jesting and was talking to people and making them laugh, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam poked this guy. It's a man, okay? Prophet poked him under the ribs with a stick. Okay, very good. So all good. Like, okay, the Prophet is poking somebody. It's just joking around, right? But suddenly it takes a pornography movie turn. Yeah. He said, let me take retaliation. So now the Prophet is saying, okay, take retaliation. Then he said, you are wearing a shirt, but I am not. See, it went into straight away pornography territory, right? The guy says to the Prophet, you are wearing a shirt, but I am not. Then the Prophet says, then Prophet raised his shirt. Mashallah, mashallah. The Prophet then raised his shirt. And the man embraced him and began to kiss his sides. So RSF came earlier, right? Talking about how being gay is actually bananaed in Islam. But Prophet Muhammad himself was getting gangbanged by all the Sahabas. So the Prophet then raised his shirt and the man embraced him and began to kiss his side. So side basically means they were into some kinky stuff, licking each other's underarms and whatnot. So then he said, "This is what I wanted, oh Messenger of Allah." Mashallah, mashallah. Like it's straight away. Like if you watch a cheap pornography movie, this is the scene that you'll get. They're poking each other with the stick, and the other guy says, "Oh no, poke me with the other stick." That's literally what it is.
Jeez.
So yeah, Dingahu Akbar, Dingahu Akbar. So every time you guys come up, you will hear Dingahu Akbar, you will hear Omu Akbar, and I will expose one thing about Islam.
So be respectful. Be respectful and we'll be respectful back. It's that simple.
Yeah, I'll pretend like your religion is not nonsense for you.
Jai Sitaram.
Okay, actually, there's no guess. I can probably expose more stuff.
Okay.
Okay. Sunan. So this one I showed you yesterday. Let me show it again. Sunan of without 67. Okay. Like the box worshippers come up to us and be like, "Oh, you are so dirty and this and that," right? Let me show the Islamic hygiene for you.
Did you see the videos I posted yesterday about from Kerala? Does it look dirty to you?
No, it looks pristine.
It's absolutely gorgeous. I felt like I was in a tropical rainforest. Like yeah. I would never would have thought that was India. It's absolutely beautiful. So
Yep. So this is Sunan Abi Dawud 67. Again, you can see it's Sahih down there. Albani himself has graded it Sahih. So this is a verse about the well of Buddha, right? It comes from the chapter of purification. So we are talking about Islamic purification right now. Okay. By the way, is the screen clear? Everybody can read it? Because if you're not a Muslim, including Christians, I'm literally giving you ammo, right, to debate these people. Take a screenshot. Every non-Muslim should know this. Okay. So I heard the people ask the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Water is brought for you from the well of Buddha." Okay. It is a well. It's shaky because I'm actually holding it in my hand, Miniji. I do not have a robot hand. Maybe in the future when I own a robot, maybe I'll ask them to hold it for me. Okay. It's a well in which dead dog. Okay, I cannot. Okay. It's a well in which unalive dogs, menstrual clothes. You know what menstrual clothes are, right? Please write it down in the comments. And literal excrement of people are thrown. Excrement of people is basically poop. Tatti. Go.
what's that word that they use where they just put water over their clothes? Was it you that taught me that last night? It was
It's
a Muslim.
voodoo. They don't put it over their clothes, but they're supposed to clean the important parts, including underarms.
Yeah, but they have their clothes on and they just put like water over the clothes. I was listening to that last night. I thought it was here, but it must have been somewhere else.
It's voodoo.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a well in which all these things are there, and excrement of people are thrown. Literal tatti in this water. So people who are watching, tell me, like, if I give you this water to drink, to wash, and to do other stuff, like, will you guys use it? Because I would really appreciate if this is interactive. Would you say this is like the highest hygiene possible from the best man who should be emulating for all times? No, right? Okay. So all these things are thrown, and the Prophet was absolutely using it. But somebody like asked him, like, "Dude, what are you doing? Look at the water. There are literal unalive dogs and tampons and tatti in it." Then the Messenger of Allah, right, the best man to be followed for all times, the grapist of baby Aisha, he replied, "Verily, water is pure and not defiled by anything." Mashallah, 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 mashallah. So as a Muslim, this is sunnah for you. You're supposed to use this water every day. Because the Prophet said this. Tomorrow I will go take a nice dump in water find like collect all the tampons from my locality, throw it all in the water, and if poor dogs are unalive, I'll throw them all in water, and I'll take it to the nearest box worshipper, Muslim. He's supposed to use it. Simple. There's a debate on the age of Aisha when Prophet married her. There's no debate, Avneet. Bukhari has made it very clear. He married her when she was 6. Even today, there are countries that allows this marriage, this age marriage. He consummated the marriage when she was 9. Wait, you know what? I'll show it to you. Bukhari. So this is Bukhari 5134. It's literally wedlock and marriage. Yeah, you can see down there. It's Sahih. Sahih means acceptable. It can become Sharia. It's clear. The Prophet married her when she was 6 years old, and he consummated his marriage when she was 9. It's very clear, like written there in words. There is no debate here. And I showed you video yesterday, right? Their big man, what's his name? Zakir Naik saying this. Zakir Naik has confirmed this. Plenty of scholars have confirmed this. And anyways, none of the scholars can go against what Bukhari said. The only people who can go against this are the Shias, because they don't accept these hadiths. But even they don't really have a problem with this. So when they are coming and saying these things to you, they are absolutely obviously lying. They're allowed to lie to you. They're allowed to do kitman. They are allowed to do tawriya. They are allowed to do... there are like 4 types of lies they can say to a non-believer. They're allowed to lie to you. And they will lie through their teeth to save their religion. So yeah, you're allowed to marry children, and you're allowed to literally eat poop water. That is Islam for you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, Russell. Meister Eckhart is one of them, a Christian mystic. I really like Meister Eckhart. He has a good understanding of what Christianity was intended for.
But then why did he still like hang around that label of Christianity then?
I honestly don't know. I think, if someone's brought up in a faith for their whole life, it's going to be hard for them to switch from it. And so, like, if they can see it from a non-dualistic lens and be like, oh, like, there's not like a God punishing me. It's only one thing happening. If they see that and they drop all the discrimination and separation, then I really don't have a problem with that. Because at that point, it's just Hinduism and they're calling it Christianity.
Yeah, if they actually practice that, it's completely okay. No matter what you call it. Because your conduct in the world will actually fit the world,
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Russell?
Hey, what's up, Vince?
Hey, good to see you, man. Yeah, doing good. Doing good.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, me too, dude.
Good to see you. Yeah.
So, I know you have gone back and forth on this, but I just don't see any value. I don't see Hinduism making any claims that I should value, really. Like,
Hinduism is not a bunch of claims to begin with.
Yeah, it's a process of negation. It's a neti. It's removal of conditioning, not adding something.
Yeah, but it's just it's not saying anything. It's like it's not making any. It's not helpful in any way, shape, or form.
What? Do you know what meditation is?
I do know what meditation is. Yes.
So do you think that has? Go ahead, sorry.
No, it's okay, sir. I'll just continue what you said, Vince.
Yeah, I understand what meditation is. Yeah, it's something.
Do you think it's beneficial?
Yeah.
Well, for me, we do know what under my worldview there is something that
scientifically speaking, not your opinion.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Though under my Christian worldview, I'm able to parse out good and bad, right? Like something's good because this,
Okay,
something's bad because this. But if you don't have anything that parses that out, like that question is meaningless.
Let me give you something more tangible. Do you think numbers are valuable? Digits?
Again, I don't know I don't know how you're parsing out
The
valuable.
numerical system that we use right now. You think it's valuable?
For me, it is valuable. Yes.
Yeah, that
Under
comes
my
straight
worldview, there is value where I can.
that comes straight from Hinduism.
No, but hold on. Under my worldview, it's valuable because, right? And I can give you like a whole like explanation why it's valuable. But under Hinduism, I don't understand how they describe or how they're able to determine value.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
He's trying to
how is
get.
something valuable versus something not valuable? How do you determine that?
He's trying to say that you can't ground anything unless you have like an objective creator being to ground it in. That's what he's trying to say.
That is the opposite, actually. An objective creator being will create its own values. What about your values? What about the life that you want to live?
No, that's it's fine though. But engage with what I'm saying. If there's nothing to ground a value, how do you ask me questions like this of what's valuable and what's not
I
valuable,
have my
right?
own values. I have my own experiences. I have my own lessons that I've learned in my life.
So let's say, just for the sake of it, if you ask me, are numbers valuable, and I say no, they're not valuable.
Okay, then stop using this phone right now.
No. I like the phone, but I just don't think it just goes into this weird.
No. It does not go into
It spirals
anywhere.
into this
The
weird
phone exists.
conversation of like.
One second. It does not go into anywhere. You think you have a gotcha moment, you don't. The phone exists because of the numerical system that Hindus gave you.
No. But here's the thing. No, the Hindus did not give us anything, right? Under
do you
my
mean?
worldview,
He
it's
did
God
give you.
that created these things.
No. That is something you have to prove. I can prove that Hindus gave us the numerical system. Prove to me that your God even exists.
Yeah, we prove it because our God is the most logical, consistent
Prove that
worldview,
it
right? It has no
exists.
contradiction. It aligns perfectly with truth,
Prove that it
and
exists.
therefore I'm able to.
Prove that it exists.
What's that?
Prove that your God even exists.
I did. It's through reason and logic that I can prove that God exists.
Host, he's a pre-supper, so he says that because
It does
logic
not matter, bro. I'm
exists.
not going to play the game that you play with.
Okay.
I will like act like a hammer. So prove that he exists. I have no proof.
Yeah, because he has no contradictions. Therefore, my worldview is that everything that's pure and
Unicorns have no contradictions.
has no contradictions. It aligns to
Unicorns have no
truthfulness.
contradictions. Do unicorns also
Therefore, it's
exist?
true. What's that?
Do unicorns exist? They also do not have any contradictions.
Sorry, you cut out a little bit. Can you repeat that?
Unicorns also do not have any contradictions.
Okay. Unicorns don't have. Unicorns are not necessary to ground logic.
No, they absolutely are. That's how we explain the fact that there are gay people in the world. Because colors.
Give me the argument for that.
Yeah, gay people, their symbol is rainbow, right? And unicorns represent rainbows. There you go.
Yeah, that's not a good argument.
It's logically consistent.
That's not a good argument, though.
It's but Russell, it is a logical equivalent to for what you gave. So you have to agree with that.
No, because
I'm playing your game, bro.
When we talk about God, we actually talk about
you don't like when somebody defeats
metaphysical
you in your own game?
necessity, right?
Russell, you don't like when somebody defeats you in your own game?
You didn't defeat me in my own game because I'm saying that
I just did.
I reject your notion that you think you defeated me.
Russell. Do you think there are gay people in the world?
Yeah. Gay people exist.
Yeah. Is that symbol the rainbow?
I mean, no. For me, it doesn't. Rainbow represents something else for me.
No. Is their symbol the rainbow?
It's there. Some people use it as a symbol. I just don't think it is a symbol.
You are no authority. You cannot come and say for me. I don't care about for you. Is their symbol the rainbow?
But no, that's the whole point, right? Because you're saying no, it isn't. For me, the rainbow isn't their signal. The rainbow symbolizes something else.
Bro. I care about general notion. Is
Russell
symbol the rainbow?
Why are you bringing your opinion?
Do the devil's advocate here, like, because I don't think he's actually has a gotcha on me, right? Just because he's saying words doesn't mean anything.
I do have a gotcha on you, bro. I destroyed your Christianity in 2 seconds. Did not
No,
take me
you
any
haven't.
I have actually.
Because I'm saying, hey, I disagree that rainbows represent.
I'm showing you exactly
the LGBT community.
Russell, hold on. I feel like you're being a little bit intellectually dishonest here because you obviously know. We're not asking you about your opinion of what the flag represents. We don't care about your opinion. We're asking you what does it represent to them. Just be honest. Like we're not asking you about your opinion.
Okay,
sure.
Yeah.
The LGBT community.
One second.
The LGBT community does use the rainbow.
No, okay.
Now what?
One second. No, I'll play your game. Can you put the rainbow symbol in your profile picture?
Yeah, I can do that. Yes.
Please do that and come back, please.
No, let's pretend that I did. Now what?
Nothing. Now you support the gay people. Good for you.
And
You
let's
are a
pretend
better.
that I did
You're
put
better
the
than a
rainbow.
Christian now. You're better than a Christian now.
No, but you're not addressing the point that I'm bringing up, right? I made a point that the Christian God is a metaphysical necessity,
No,
right?
and I
And we
made a
can give
point.
arguments for that.
And
We can
my
give
point
arguments
is
for that.
that, okay, you know what? Let me give you that your Christian God exists, right? My point is that my God, which is unicorns, it created your Christian God, which in turn created the universe. Prove me wrong.
But you're just making claims. You're not really.
Okay,
You don't
okay.
have
So you.
any.
Okay, no, wait. I can
No,
prove
no.
this.
I
I can
actually
prove
do
this.
have an argument for
I
it,
can
though.
prove this. I can prove this. I can prove this. I can prove this. Okay. So, Rasul, I can see the game that you're playing. It's not going to work. So, yeah. Does God like homosexuality?
I don't know. I don't know.
As a Christian, you don't know?
I honestly don't know. I don't know. I don't have an opinion about any of that stuff.
What does the Christian Bible say about homosexuality?
There's some disagreement on what the verse specifically says.
Okay, so you're not an honest person. I cannot talk to you. Thank you for coming. Bye bye.
What?
Yeah, he's not going to give you anything to nail down, so he can stay vague and not be pinned down on anything. That's what they do. It's very annoying, actually.
Hi, it's me again.
Hello.
It's okay. She's the mass report guy. I blocked her.
Okay. Yeah, Russell, you can, if you're going to start saying things like, "Oh, well, the flag doesn't mean that to me," that's dishonest, brother. Like, you got to be honest in here. Come on, man.
How are you?
And the way he's talking, right? He purposely does that because he.
Hello, how are you? Everything good?
Yeah, he's playing a word game with you. That's all he's doing. Hey, what's up, man?
Ryan, what's up?
Yes. I'm Joanne. I'm a Muslim.
Oh, so sad for you, bro.
So sad for me.
Yeah.
How long have you had that problem?
Hey, you guys are violating, So okay, let me understand about this Hinduism a little bit. You guys are a believer of like 100 gods, no?
There is no God.
You guys believe that there's no God.
No, it's not my belief. I have proved that there is no God.
Okay, what's your proof?
I have not seen this God character. I have not heard this God character. I have not perceived
Okay.
this God character.
Okay,
I cannot measure. Let me finish.
Have you seen
Pause,
your
pause,
ass?
pause. Ryan, finish. Let me finish.
Let me ask you a question.
Let me finish. Pause. Let me finish.
Okay.
I'll start from the beginning. I have not seen this God character. I have not heard this God character. I have not perceived this God character. I cannot measure this God character, and I cannot experience this God character. These 5 things, if any of those are met, then your God is true.
Okay, what are you a believer in?
I don't believe anything. I like to look at evidence.
So you're an atheist?
No, I'm not.
So what is Hinduism?
It's just ancient sciences.
Basically atheism, no?
No, atheism is rejection of a fictional character. That fictional character is never proven for me to reject it.
You are rejecting him. Like if somebody is putting him out.
Okay, wait, one second.
And you are not believing him, then you are rejecting him. So that makes you an atheist.
Wait, one second. Do you accept unicorns as your savior?
Do I accept what?
Unicorns as your god.
No.
See now you're rejecting unicorns. That makes you a unicorn. Do you call yourself a unicorn?
It makes me a unicorn if I reject unicorns.
No, you become an a unicorn. You are a rejecter of unicorns.
I'm a unicorn now. Okay, so now I know why you're a Hinduism.
You are an a unicorn.
How long have you had this problem? I want to ask because I can prove. You asked the previous.
I cannot waste my energy there.
Oh, he went back to my original joke. I guess he didn't like that.
Hello.
An atheist is somebody who rejects theism.
Hello,
right?
man.
So this guy rejects unicornism. So he's a unicorn. He's not a Muslim. What's up? Alz,
What's up, man? How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm good. So, why is yoga in Hinduism?
What?
Why is yoga in Hinduism? Yoga.
Oh, yoga. Yoga. Yeah, yoga comes from the word yoke, which means union. It means to
Yeah.
connect. So yoga is the science of connecting with yourself.
So why are some of your visual representations fat? You can't be fat and do yoga.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
Why?
Yes, you can.
Why can't fat people do yoga?
It's not comfortable, is it?
Ask them. I don't know.
No. They have other kinds of yogas that can be done by fat people.
Yeah. You could lay on their back.
Okay. I have another question.
You can do
They can do
standing.
yoga nidra. It's the easiest yoga anybody can do.
Can do zazen, open eyes meditation. Walking meditation. There's many meditations.
Eating yoga. Bro.
Mindful. No. Mindful eating. That's actually a real thing. It's called mindful eating.
is a real thing. Absolutely. Yeah.
You should be, honestly though, but in all seriousness, you should be actually paying attention to your food as it goes
Dharma,
into your mouth.
what?
Bro, your Allah is not even giving good internet to make fun of me. Half the things you said did not even come through.
Wait,
is he saying stuff?
He's a troll.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was not answering properly.
But I was
didn't laugh
answering.
at him. I laughed at the comment that Prakash made.
Oh, I didn't see it. What did he say?
Yeah, he said he mentioned feasting yoga, eating yoga.
Yoga, that's funny. You should be paying attention to what goes into your mouth.
You're absolutely right, El Guru. Kama Sutra is definitely a form of yoga. In fact, it's a form of tantra. The word tantra does not mean like sexual positions. It actually means technology or tools that enhance your life, right? So one of the tantric practices is to conduct the act of copulation in a way that can enhance and raise your kundalini. So Kama Sutra can actually take you there. But for that, you need to find a like-minded partner, and you should stop thinking as a horny person and start thinking more like somebody who wants to attain the highest, through meditation. So finding that kind of partner is the hardest part here.
Yeah, you don't find a partner that you have to have or you cling to. Just find one that you can complement each other and not have like this, this toxic, relationship that most people get into, this codependency.
Right. A bit of everything is tolerable. Too much of one thing becomes obsession. Okay. I don't see the point. Why can't I be agnostic on certain topics? It's the opposite of... No, disingenuous was the dialogue you were trying to have with us. That entire thing was disingenuous. You argue for the sake of arguing, it doesn't take you anywhere. It's a waste of everybody's time. I'd rather close the live and go do something better.
Yeah. Russell, I was on your side, with your argument until you started saying things like, well, I don't know what the flag means. You do know what the flag means to them. That's just being dishonest. You're just trying to get out of an argument. That's just not fair. It's not going to help anybody if you just play word games like that. It's not helpful.
No, that's what happens, right? When you're a troll, you expect to be trolled all the time. So you're always on the lookout, and you can never have a genuine conversation.
Yeah, every word he said, when people like that, they're walking on eggshells with every word that they say because they're scared that someone's going to trap them in some sort of gotcha. And it's just it's not a free flowing conversation. It's not conducive. It's just, I can't stand those conversations.
Yeah, I feel sad for you, bro. I actually feel sad for you. Not even a joke.
If you just replace the word logic with consciousness, then I can get on board with you. Consciousness has to exist for anything else to take place. Then I'm with you, but not logic.
No, but then how will they prove their God to be true?
I mean, yeah, there's no God, but...
No, but that's the point, right? A Christian has to prove his God.
Right. Consciousness is God. There's no just stick with first principles. There's no reason to make any more assumptions outside of those. Stick with your qualitative experience of reality to make your deductions. Don't postulate. Don't make assumptions. Stick to Occam's razor. Stick to parsimony.
Also, the person who's asking about eating non-veg, the more you understand Hinduism, the more you understand how everything works, you will realize that consuming complicated DNA is not actually serving you, right? It's like asking, like, do scientists smoke? I mean, yeah, sometimes scientists do smoke, but a scientist who genuinely understands what smoking is doing to his body, he'll stop quitting. I mean, he'll stop smoking anyways, right? That same logic applies to Hinduism. From Hindu perspective, understand what consuming meat is doing to your system, not just the physical body, but the entire system, your psychology, your karmic system, everything, right? And once you understand that, again, it's your choice. If you think, you know what, my 2 seconds of pleasure is more important, sure, go ahead. Who can stop you? There are no laws against it.
Yes, hello, brother.
What's up?
Hello.
Yes, how are you?
Good. You?
Good, good, good. Okay, so you're saying that there is no God, yeah?
It's not me saying it. We
I
we
don't know.
don't have any proof for this God character.
Yeah.
So this is all about, it's all about consciousness.
Yeah, I agree.
Are you asking or telling
Yeah?
us?
No, I'm talking about, so there's no God. A person that's, when he has no knowledge, ignorant, and then you say, oh, where's God? Did you get my point?
Actually, not even that. Not a single person says, "Oh, where is God?" A child born is not thinking God. But then some idiot who wanted power, he created this
Mm-hmm.
character called God, and he said God wants you to do this or that and gave you commandments, right? And that person comes and brainwashes you that there is a God. He uses your fear
Mm-hmm.
absolutely against you. Please don't do camera things. It's not. I don't like it. Stop.
What
Stop that.
happened? What happened?
Which camera?
I was telling
No, it's
him
a
to
little camera.
not do
So,
that. Not
okay.
do that. No, can you switch
So
it off?
all,
Just keep your profile picture, please.
Oh, Mohammed, I don't even see his camera on.
No, he did
is it
that
kept?
AI thing. Don't do that, please.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'll remove you. Come back again. We
I
don't know,
mean,
bro. Like maybe he's a cuckoo guy. He'll do something. I don't know. I don't want to take the risk.
he said everything is about consciousness, and then they say, "Where's the God?" And then there is no God. So, I mean, I agree with that. If you're saying that consciousness is all there is, I would agree with you.
Please come up. Keep your profile picture. You don't need to do the camera thing and whatnot. Please don't do that. I've had some extremely bad experiences with that. Did I tell you about people trying to flash me and everything?
No, no, I'm not always looking at the screen, so I'm actually doing stuff in the
It's
world. So
happened few times. It's crazy, bro. Like what?
I'm not paying attention, so it's good that you are.
Yeah, once what happened is, like, I was not even paying attention to the screen, but then I come back and there is a big warning saying, like, this live has been reported for nudity and whatnot. Then I
Oh,
see this
wow.
guy is actually showing some weird stuff on the camera.
Wow. Okay.
No, it's okay. I was actually going to close the live. Come back later, please. It's been, yeah, enough time. Okay, Vince, are you going to start a live? Maybe we can continue there.
After I go exercise, I literally I have to go do something. I can't just sit. But maybe in a little bit, yeah, for sure. Let me go
Okay.
exercise and
All
I'll
right.
come
So
back.
people who are watching, please follow Vince. Maybe he'll start a live. If not, after some time, I'll start a live. Ram
Yeah,
Ram.
give me like an hour. Give me like an hour or an hour and a half or something. I have to go work out and then I'll be back.
Okay, all right.
All right, Joe. Ram.
No, Razul, the fact that you think we are running, it tells me that you're an energy vampire. Just suck off
Russell,
people's energies. I don't like that kind of people.
Russell, you know me, brother. I used to go into those atheist rooms, 1 versus 8 versus me, and so I ain't scared. Trust me
I
on
mean, you
that.
came up and exposed yourself, bro. You did much work for me. So what is there to be scared of? I'm sure second dialogue we'll have, it will be the exact same thing because I know your nature now. Anyways, Ram Ram, Jai Shri Ram.
Ram.